Well, that means let's see here.
Yeah, the thing I spent my XP on was Breath of the Earth.
Well, I'm gonna do
I
that.
could fully damage vehicles and buildings.
Oh wait,
yes,
let's see here.
All right.
Oh, wait,
when Lucky's thinking about spending EXP, I will really quick do the Patreon intro because the mics are hot. And remind everybody that this episode is brought to you by our patrons like Ahio Comics, Qua, Jeremy Vasquez, Kali Den, and Nestor Flores. And if you like what we do, you should consider supporting us on Patreon, because you can get this in audio format and lots of other stuff. And it helps us out. And, extra double special shout-out to our patrons, because all day today I have been kung fu fighting YouTube over copyright stuff. So, hey, I deeply appreciate you guys. And I appreciate Patreon as a platform.
Well, I don't know. Actually, I'll ask about that later. So, so I'm thinking maybe I'll just get rid of Unkent, because it never comes into fucking play. It really doesn't.
Is that a negative? You want to just buy it off?
Yeah, I can say, it's a 50, so I'll buy it off, and then I'll drop another 50 and get Paranoia. So that will be, I'll have to spend 100 XP, but I got 400 literally just waiting. I haven't spent a dime of it, of last sessions, because I've been thinking about shit. Because, so give me 1 second, and then let me think about something to spend this remaining XP on.
Yeah, so basically, you've joined the session, at the point where Lucky realized he hadn't spent his XP yet. And we've been talking about maybe revamping some of his quirks, because the he's playing his character very paranoid, and paranoid is a quirk I have added, so...
I was looking through my painting calculators, did I not put that down to my calculator that I actually spent that? So now I spent it.
Let's see, is there anything I want to let you guys know about? We'll probably talk about base stuff in a second.
Yeah, I really like the base stuff. It's just that, God, I want everything on this list. All of it. But
and that's part of the reason why it's GM facing. Because you don't necessarily need to let your players know they have lots of cool options to pick from. Just you assemble the scenario as you see fit.
Now let's make
but
sure.
But I'm beta testing, so...
let's see. So, yep, I am now paranoid. I am constantly on edge and prepared for a fight. +1 to initiative and +10 to awareness to resist surprise. I tend to be jumpy and suspicious.
Yes.
I would say I am jumpy. I don't know. I don't know if I'm really suspicious though.
You're not suspicious about people you meet.
I'm suspicious about. I am suspicious about
stuff.
Every situation I get into.
Yes. You're not suspicious of people, but the moment you get orders, you're like, okay, how could this go terribly wrong? You're honorable, so I feel like you trust people and are honest, but you also understand war's fucked up. Let's see. Oh, okay, also, I think technically, since the last time we played, since it's been a little bit, I think was it that I added the fortifications and construction system.
I think so, because I think you did it when you were talking, you're doing your big base building, so I haven't read anything on it.
Yeah, so that was the first thing I did, and I said I did that as kind of a prelude to bases. Yeah. So there's a lot of rules for assembling various simple fortifications, constructions, traps, etc.
So it's -100, that means I'm down.
That's right at the top.
300.
I've also, not that it matters to you guys because you've had me the whole time, but I have done a lot of reorganizing of the book and actually descriptive stuff in how the flip you do things, what actually is a skill test. So now I've written a description for all that. So if I ask for a stat test that's charisma or whatever, you go through there. A skill test, I give you the skill name. In that case, the target number is linked, and then there's that thing. I've noted something that is relatively important for our previous escapade, thanks to testing. If you attempt to roll an advanced, or if you would attempt to do something that's governed by an advanced skill, I don't know, demolitions, it's an advanced, so you do not roll. You attempt to perform the action requiring that skill, you automatically count as fail, but with 0 degrees of success. So it's not a severe failure or anything, it's just you fucked up the fail. And then there's special types of tests which have special modifiers.
Alright, I'm buying Warp Steel for 200 because nice. I'm gonna crush me some fucking metal.
Yes.
It's probably a good idea.
Because I've also been meaning to fucking get it for ever.
Alright.
Man, there's a lot of things I want to spend XP on.
I also added a simple test modifiers different from the combat modifiers, which kind of codifies a lot of stuff I've been going for. But like, if something's
Yeah, I
really
noticed
simple
that.
or really easy, it's plus 20. If it's difficult or complex, minus 20. If you have good tools or proper materials, it's plus 10. If you have poor tools or improper materials, or no tools, that's minus 10. Rushed or pressed for time is minus 20. Taking your time is a plus 10. Yes, that's asymmetric. Trained assistance is plus 10, and then if you have poor visibility in general, it's minus 10. And if it's pitch black and you're trying to do a skill test by feel, it's a minus 30 for that, if that matters. I explicitly did a thing about opposed tests, and also chases and races now have rules, because that kind of came up last time, so now there's an actual system for that, which is still pretty fluffy. Like,
Alright, so I'm gonna get inner strength with my remaining 100.
Nice. To substitute your
Yeah, so now
will modifier.
Yeah, so now I can-
for throwing or whatnot.
Yeah,
Throwing-
for bonus damage and
throwing and jumping.
yeah, for basically for like for,
basically, at any point where your strength would normally govern your physical capabilities as far as strength, strength type stuff goes, you can use the better of your strength mod or will mod. So that's for bonus damage, and now for also jumping, jump distance and throw distance.
Test. Yep.
And that leads into light feet, which means you initiative and base movement could be calculated with will mod.
Yeah, I know I'm planning to get down to that whole reinforcement thing. I think reinforcement has only like 9. If you were looking to spend XP on that, that's only like 1950 XP to get the full tree.
Yeah,
That's
it's a
still a
pretty
lot of
simple
XP.
tree. It's a little
But-
slim.
Yeah.
Maybe I need to buff that out, but I haven't thought of anything.
Hmm.
Because it's already got a lot of good stuff in there. So there's like harden, strength, repair, light feet, quicken. Because it's kind of a weirdly split tree, because there's half of them are reinforce yourself, half of them are reinforce other things.
Mhm.
So
I already got hardened from it.
yeah,
which-
the highest level for like reinforce other stuff is trace, which is understand how to use an object, and you get to use your willpower instead of whatever your normal stat is for stuff like that. And then the highest level is haste, which is great because, well, that's 500 XP. You get super increased speed, so you either get 2 response actions or you get an extra half action, and you can perform normally impossible feats, such as parrying bullets.
Okay, so let's see here. Yep, so close one is definitely reinforcement. Next one after that is like mobility.
Alright, so now I'm at
mobility's
0.
supposed to be pretty... I think that reinforcement and mobility are supposed to be pretty accessible.
I think the lowest elemental one is void.
Really?
Yeah.
It's interesting.
Also, Mark, you sound a little bit far away. Are you leaning back?
Oh, that was right because my thing is adjustable, so...
Yeah, like here's the thing, because I was listening to our recording, like the last one that came out, because I'm like, I like listening to us talk. You were fucking hella quiet. I was like, holy fucking shit.
I'm just like,
So,
shrug.
Go down here. Void is the one that has the least in terms of XP cost for elemental.
Interesting.
3,200.
I'm pretty sure I didn't give Hildgard her fucking XP, because... Did I buy Lucky Companion for her last session? Do y'all remember?
No, I think that was
Where's
2
the
sessions
Yeah,
ago.
Yeah, so I didn't give her her XP, so hang on one second here.
Because I think that was after the Chimera incident. You were like, yeah,
Yeah,
you're going
like
to be lucky
immediate-
now. Because you wanted to give her the luck points.
Actually, no, Marth, how much experience does your companion have? Total.
let me check. Go into calculator.
Stun rounds,
Total.
Smite the lightning, shock touch, arc blade.
Because I know one of the sessions that we had was 0 XP.
Yeah.
It is 2,000.
Oh no, she's up. She's good then.
Okay.
All
Maybe
right,
you spend it on some normal ass stuff.
Maybe I did.
Embrace
200. Yeah, 2,000. Yeah, that's right. Oh, right. And I have War Mage because of that whole thing.
But yeah, well,
Actually, trying to figure out one.
Yeah, I guess I can see. I think if I'm reading it right, I can see why Void might be lower because it doesn't have 250 talents.
Yeah. I think the highest XP cost is 3,700 for a full tree.
Which tree is that? Is that like a majority of them, or is that a specific one?
Well, let's go. That is... What? Which one is that? That is water.
Love blow, motherfuckers.
If that is the case, I might have to rebalance.
I know that. Then fire is 3,550, water is 3,700. I think wood is 3,600. Yeah. I think most of them are really just at that 3,550 or higher mark.
Oh. Picked up paranoia. Modifications.
Anyhow, it's just me just looking at this stuff. I actually was like, I wonder which one is the most expensive tree.
Mm-hmm. Well, water just got 50 points cheaper because I made create water 50 instead of 100. That's fine. That's not a... It already costs 1 talent to buy, so that's just a... Actually, honestly, that's a whole freaking tree of them.
Okay.
Oh shit, we got an horoscope now. Can I just put a fucking horoscope on my fucking goggles?
No. It's a telescopic sight thing. I mean, technically, you could buy it as a telescope, I guess. Does that mean I need to make a standalone fucking horoscope? Okay. Hold on, that's going in the notes. He wants to buy just a telescope. He doesn't want to stick it on his gun.
I want to stick that on.
How
many things do I have on my?
I mean, technically, there are plenty
already?
of like telescopic style sights you can just pop off your gun and use like that.
Yeah.
So theoretically, you could do that. I actually added rules to mods to be like, here's how fast you can take them on and off. Which, by the way, is a half action. It's a half action to pop a scope off.
Oh yeah.
You see, that'd be like something. Just leave it like that, and just put a note on horoscope that it can be popped off and used without the gun if need be.
Oh yeah, I still have shatter rounds on my SMG.
Because I think that is a thing that actually people like in even like modern combat. It's like, oh man, I think I need like to use my scope. I don't want to like lug around, pull out my fucking gun here. Let me just pull out the fucking scope. Let's see here.
I don't think I really need anything else. I mean, it's like, wait, I need
suppressing fire.
Weapons without. So I could actually stick it on the SMG because I don't have a scope on that yet.
Yeah, I wouldn't recommend it though, because FAR tag.
Yeah, right.
That FAR really fucks up your CQC.
Yes.
As intended, which I think I rewrote FAR slightly to be less has and be more flat. So I think it's... Let me double check. So FAR is...
What?
Yes, okay. So close is -10 and point blank is -30 if you've got a FAR weapon. However, you get a +10 to normal range attacks. You take no penalty for long range now, and extreme range is only a -20 as opposed to -30.
Okay.
So it's basically like a +10.
Okay. Yeah, I have extended barrel, which actually increases my range for SMG, but makes it two-handed.
Get that, Daka.
Also, I need to also notice that I have a longsword, which can actually wield with two hands.
Yeah, longswords are flexible.
Definitely going to do something like that.
Weapon mods and attachments. Where the fuck did the armor ones go?
They're not in weapon mods and attachments. They're in trophies.
That's why. Okay.
Oh right, I keep looking at the armor modification thing. It's like, oh, this and this. I still haven't put spikes on my armor.
You still gonna be going that spooky?
I think I am, because I have I can threaten people with a gun. I can threaten people with a stare because my weapon score is 45, 50 or something.
Oh damn! The moon silver it's fragile.
Yes. Yes, it is.
Does Harden make it so that shit has to be damaged twice? I should double check that.
I believe so. Also, like I said, this started a long time ago, but I definitely have a tactical question of whether or not you want your sword to be decorated or reliquary.
Right.
I don't know. Maybe probably like I'll probably say decorated. As I said, Wolfgang isn't particularly pious.
Well,
He
it
likes
doesn't
this,
have to
you know,
necessarily be a religious artifact. It could be, I think it says.
No, let me double check that.
Ornaments, decorations, small religious or spiritual inscription can include national mottos and symbolism such as a flag or pin. These do not damage. The damage profile. These small relics, prayers, or symbols can galvanize faith and will.
What is our stall motto?
No idea. Probably something that sounds very try-hard in 2019.
Let's see here. I don't know, something like victory through discipline in Latin or something. Let's see here. I don't know.
I know, you could probably have like a giant, I guess, is that an eagle? I don't think of eagles as black, but they could be. Yeah, it's probably a big old, you know.
Let's see here. Parabellum, prepare for war.
Okay, that's what the 9 million round is named after.
Right, that's the whole thing, the permutation.
Oh yeah, speaking of silver, by the way, you can buy silver bullets now.
I noticed that.
Which hurts your piercing, but similar to how Ethereum lets you roll twice against infantry, silver lets you roll twice against supernatural creatures.
Okay.
And
it seems like
maybe possibly there's other stuff.
Oh, right, because the armor and uniform permutations already have that tropical one.
I actually need to. Oh, that's
I think
right.
we had the tropical one because that's what Lucky decided.
Yep. Well, because it literally keeps us from suffering from heat effects in the middle of the African summer.
Yes.
Yeah, I've purchased, I think, desert clothing for that.
Yes, you could. You could be wearing non-uniform stuff, but like he said that, hey, we're both gonna. We can pick like 2, right? We should both pick tropical, so we don't die. I don't have to buy desert.
Oh
clothing.
yeah, I haven't picked the second one yet.
I have a peaked cap, but considering I wear a fucking helmet all the fucking time,
you can switch that.
Get
Yourself some fucking chainmail, you nerd.
I'm just gonna take a look through this.
Feel free. I've added a couple actually since we had that discussion.
Oh really? Well, let me take a look here. Let's see here.
Oh yeah, lucky bullet, just like the last lucky arrow thing.
Let's see here.
Yes, when you run out of bullets, you always have one last bullet that is very fortunate.
Okay, so yeah,
because I think we originally suggested that maybe you should take Map Pocket, but I think you're also really good at navigation.
Anyway. Identify the wearer.
Oh wow, red.
No, I'm not a bandana wearing guy.
No, you wear a gas mask.
I wear a gas mask,
which is also why you probably shouldn't pick Smoke Hood.
I can take Tanker Helmet.
Yeah, you could. Get yourself a giant. Get some padding in there. Get yourself a big blunking forehead.
Mm-hmm. I could go full knight.
Well, in that case, like I said, I think that's chainmail, which is just, hey, I get +1 armor versus melee weapons, period.
Yeah, I'll just go with chainmail. No. I like being archaic.
Oh. Okay,
Wolfgang! Where are you? There you are.
Red lamp. No.
So, goodbye, Pete Cap.
Ha. Headlamp.
Like, real talk, we do need some, like... Oh, you have a search lamp, don't you?
Yeah,
Somebody
I
got
have
a
search lamp. I have a search lamp which is like 10 kg. It's heavy.
Oh yeah,
it's a big fucking light. You have an oil
lamp. I think my maximum carry capacity due to the tactile harness is like 92 kg.
Actually, that's a question. Does fucking inner strength matter? Wait, no, it doesn't.
No, it doesn't say it.
Yep.
It explicitly specifies that it only uses the better of your strength.
Yeah, it says modifiers and stuff.
Yes, it's modifiers, and it's only for bonus damage, jumping, and throwing. Because I think those are calculated based on
see the low cut uniform.
Hey, sometimes you gotta be fucking fashionable, alright?
Listen, as we're 20 minutes 20 minutes into the shopping episode, and technically the role-playing hasn't even started. That's okay, guys. By the way, expect more of this in the future, but in character. If you want to turn it off now, that's okay.
Yeah, when I see that, I'm all thinking of the Full Metal Alchemist, not the Brotherhood one where Mustaine's saying that line.
Oh yeah, where his dream to joke a man so he can put all the girls in uniforms in short skirts.
Tiny mini skirts.
That is a man I can get behind.
What a man. I'd fall into hell and back, I would. I can't do a good Zoidberg impression. I don't have... Go on.
Alright, well, if I got rid of my peak cap, now I gotta buy me another peak cap, because I actually have, like, a listing of just uniform shit, which has my backpack, my chainmail, my desert scarf, my duster, my little gloves, and my tropical uniform. Fuck yeah, it's summer and I have a fucking duster. Because, I look...
Because you read Penny Dreadfuls, clearly.
Yeah. Hey, the cap... Hey, the major has to get him from somewhere.
Oh,
no, that's firmly established. Yes, mages will often just get whatever entertainment they can find, especially because they're specialist units. So there's a lot of assholes lying around, smoking, playing Magia, playing elemental chess, reading dime store paperbacks, listening to the radio.
Seriously.
What's up, Marth?
I'm just like looking at this stuff and it's like, wait a minute, this and this and this all seem to fit onto my uniform, but I can only pick one.
Well, here's the thing, Marth. Only 2 of them are going to have mechanical effects.
Yes, basically. If you want to say you have different customizations, that's fine. I'll make that rule right now. But yes, the mechanical effects is like only a couple of them can matter, because otherwise you'll... if there was like a hard and fast system for this, you would use up all of your slots and you'd get all the bonuses. That's not how this works. This is
I know.
What makes
I'm
you
just
special.
Like I know the whole mechanical ones. I'm only choosing one mechanical one because of that.
Right, so yeah.
I'm just like, I see like Totem, which seems like very in line with my character because he's one of those isolate characters, very in tune with nature.
Motherfucking Earth. It is your mother.
But then I also
if only you guys actually went into the mountains, then I could be like, Ulrich, you should buy the Totem of the Mountains. But you guys don't climb, ever. You fly.
I'm pretty sure if he had his way,
the one time I was gonna make you climb, you were like, no, fuck you, we're gonna drop it on parachutes. I'm not gonna fly up or scale these walls. What are you, dumb? I'm just gonna plummet like 7 kilometers to the ground.
Hey, next time, Megan, you should just say, hey, there's a pretty base up in the mountains. It can only be gone through climbing.
Well, see, no, that's what he did. Like, that fort we took, that was, like, on some elevations.
Yeah, the fort was on a plateau looking over, like, a Badlands area.
Oh, yeah. Wow, I didn't know that.
Yeah, so, like, that's why I was like, no, I don't want to fucking climb that shit. We'll be like...
Yeah, there was like, an earthen ramp or, like, a switchback or something to get up to those front gates.
Yeah, so that's what I was like, no. They think... That's all like, they think they have the high ground. Oh, what? How now, brown cow? Okay,
but yeah, there's a lot of... It's no mistake that this game was designed being very Valkyria Chronicles in mind. So just think of how every character has, like, a little something on their armor. That's your armor permutations and accessories.
Okay, so pretty much I'm thinking either between Spike, Totem, and I think it's the Smoke Hood.
I would say ditch the Smoke Hood, because you already bought a full-blown gas mask, which is enchanted, so...
Yeah,
well,
just go.
I think you let me like switch it over to.
Well, yeah, you switch it over your flying goggles, but at the time you had enchanted it, so obviously you're attached to it. If you also, it's the gas mask is better than the Smoke Hood, but
yeah, I think I'm going.
It doesn't offer the penalty, at least.
At least it does. Well, I mean, yeah.
But you're also really fucking good at whatever you do. You if you want a Smoke Hood, you can do it.
Like, honestly, personally, I say you go for the Totem, because you're the fucking spellcaster of this goddamn.
Yeah, I'll do that. At least whenever I can do, and whenever I have like slots, so I'll probably try to enchant gas hat to give some sort of bonus to intimidation. Yeah, I'll go for the totem.
Also, there's a new piece of armor which none of you are going to buy, because wardrobes are a thing now. I've decided that I want you to be able to make a completely anachronistic character and look like an idiot. So you can wear old-fashioned ass mage robes, which give you an athletics penalty. They're baggy, though, so you get, 2 in every hit location. And they're expensive, but you get the warded effects like the etheric wards without the penalty, so Spellcraft takes a penalty to hit you, and you double armor value against magic, and it's never ignored.
Ye old mages.
And it's notified as sacred, so any ally you can see, you get a +5 on fear test, and you get a +10 on certain social tests where your perceived holiness is to your advantage. But boy howdy, it doesn't stop a bullet like that armor vest.
I'm just going to check that out.
Alright,
so I added etheric wards.
Anyhow, yeah, I did notice the other
So
ones,
let's see. Lucky, your heavy armor is already masterwork, right?
Yep.
Okay, so to get the best armor ever, it needs to be warded with etheric wards, which is another +100. Moon Silver Inlay is +60, and then powered is +75.
God, if I get the powered armor, though, I'm gonna need more Ethereum cores.
Right, I look at the...
That's the only thing that bugs me.
Yeah, I looked at
especially
what is the whole thing with... Is that just what's the armor value with the powered armor exactly?
It's whatever armor you turn into powered.
Okay.
Yeah, basically, all it does is it basically I become semi-autonomous, so then I can start using shit like heavy weapons, without having to, actually brace.
Okay.
Yes, you...
just get...
You get a +10 on all athletics and evasion tests. The brace penalty is normally minus 20, it becomes -10. Once per encounter, you can put the armor on or take it off, which Lucky has struggled with, as a free action. And then the armor can also fuck around and move on its own, which is hilarious.
If need be, I'll get powered armor. I will I will fill the insides with with explosives. I will tell it to walk into the fucking camp.
Yeah, your explosives are not plastic right now, but they do have the equivalent of, gelatinized or clay-like explosives for shape charges and stuff. So, now listen, you can unpack a satchel charge in there, or a banger torpedo. You could hand the armor a banger torpedo and have it charge a tank like a knight, as opposed to you.
Right.
It probably wouldn't go well. All right.
Okay.
Yeah, so Moon Silver is gives supernatural creatures a -10 to hit you with melee attacks, and +10 to intimidation with them.
The wearer takes a -20 on camouflage test.
Well, yeah. Hold on, let me just highlight that right there.
Yep. Yeah, no, I'm looking at that. I'm like, Do I want to be the Shining Knight? Maybe.
You might. I mean,
well, honestly, if I'm doing it,
you are the freaking tank that aggroes.
I am an aggro tank. Well, as I said, anytime I actually have to do sneaking, I will just get out of the armor.
You'll just ditch your armor and grease up. Yeah. As evidenced, you guys went down to battle's rest, and I don't think you even bothered to be like, let's get some armor vests for just in cases. No.
Nope.
You were like, it's all stealth or nothing.
Stealth or go home.
Stealth or go home.
The true stealth run, no alert phases.
Which
actually is technically true. I think you only set off a caution phase, because nobody fucking saw you.
Yeah.
I still need to enchant the orc boots, which don't really do much whenever I'm in my...
in your mobility unit. Though, like we said that one time you asked, technically if you were out of it, they would actually give you that masterwork bonus to sneaking, because they're soft leather boots.
Yeah, there's that.
Yeah, so, warded means you get +2 armor versus all magical sources, and your DR is never ignored by spells and magic effects. And you get a +10 to oppose magic talents.
And one enchant mobile unit.
Technically, it is, it's like basically pocket dragonbone armor. Warded. Because armor that is dragonbone is just +2 period and is never reduced by magic or anything, but then you get the problem of it's Dragon Bone and it is inherently anti-magical, so it can't be enhanced by magic at all, which you wouldn't like, and all spellcraft rolls to target you in Dragon Bone armor take a -20 penalty, including beneficial ones, so like, the Corpsman couldn't medic you back to life if you were wearing Dragon Bone armor. Also, you have to buy Dragon Bone. The default cost is +200 MC.
The way I always understood it is, like, you can't enchant something that's already enchanted. That's always kind of felt mobility units were, because they're fucking devices that let you fly in the air. So
also, yes, the
constant flow of mana.
Yes, they are powered by an Ethereum core. They are literally, you are propelled literally by, like, jets or currents of ether which flow out of your bootsies. And they have a built-in focus device. I would say similarly for, like, I don't think you can enchant a focus because it's a tool which ether is flowing through.
The ether floweth.
Yeah.
You can buy specialized foci.
Next thing.
Like the Diabolic Focus. Don't actually do that. That would be really dumb and be out of character. But now enemies have a fun way to get extra focus stuff.
No.
Yeah.
I should get a potent focus.
Oh yeah, there's that whole thing about the focuses. I'm all like looking at the custom mobility units, all like, why isn't there a stealth one?
A stealth focus?
No, stealth custom mobility unit.
Honestly, I don't. You're in the wrong war for that.
Okay.
Like,
that would be what?
Stealth operations are really experimental, and it's like they do trench raids, but they wouldn't send mobility unit. Well, maybe strikers, but that would be like a lightning raid. Like, if they want to actually be stealthy, they do like what you guys did with parachutes. They'd, they'd slap you up in engine grease. You'd put on your iron-toed boots so you don't accidentally get trench foot in no man's land or whatever, and they ninja you across no man's land into the trenches.
Okay.
Yeah, actually, I think that was something that actually happened. Is like people would actually go across no man's land and kidnap other soldiers.
Yeah, no, that's one definition of a trench raid. You would literally like grease up a couple privates and just send them out in the dark of night because, hey, guess what? The front's not electrified. It's just dudes in trenches, which by definition are too deep for you to see out of. You have to use your stupid fucking trench periscope. Unless you're standing in like a shooting position where they have like little stands so you can actually poke your head up. But yeah, no, it's... You guys should count yourselves very lucky you are not actually in trench warfare, because it would suck a lot.
Oh, right.
But basically, think of all those poor scrubs in the first couple episodes of Tanya who die horribly. Before Tanya gets what's your guys' job now, which is penetrate deeply into enemy territory from the air and blow some shit up and try not to die.
Right. Those, trench warfare.
Actually, honestly, considering how bad the dice have been for you, you may actually just be like Tanya, and God may just hate you.
What's next? Like, mines in the air, mines in the ground, and
you guys have already run into balloon mines. The thing with balloon mines is they're hilariously incompetent. They don't really work good. They mostly just exist so that flying mages can't attack from certain angles.
Hey, what's actually the most difficult thing that you could actually roll on those tables?
Oh, I don't know. There's a lot of terrible things on the random.
I don't want to know. I don't want to have nightmares. I'm paranoid. Excuse me. Don't give me fucking nightmares, Marth.
Okay.
This is how I get nightmares.
Okay.
Let's see. Defining some of them are just different characteristics, but we already rolled a lot of that stuff.
Let's see. A potent focus.
I mean, you guys really don't want some of the random events, which I do in the not necessarily preset conditions, but random events oh boy, howdy, a flash flood would be really freaky. Blight.
Oh man.
Plague. You guys would probably honestly, be okay with a cold snap. You really don't want me to roll a heat wave though. That would be bad because it's already hot.
Right.
Like I said, honestly, I like the random tables things. It's just sometimes I'm just like, ooh, oh, that's rough.
Yeah, and I've definitely there have been a couple of these where I've just discarded the mission that I rolled because I'm like, this is too terrible. It's just this is way too similar to something you guys just did.
Right.
Honestly, I feel like anti-air is in fact one of the shittiest, just because flat cannons are terrifying.
Well, that just means we're gonna have to go on the ground, or we're gonna have to take out the anti-air somehow.
Yeah, with battlefield conditions, the tables are actually generated so that lower is worse and higher is better. Like, the maximum result on that table is 96 to 100 is all clear. Conditions are clear. There's no additional enemy presence or fortifications. It's just exactly what the briefing said.
Booyah!
That doesn't come up a lot. The lower ones are characterizations like you've already beaten, like fortified, minefield, checkpoint, booby-trapped, anti-air, all that fun stuff. And then there's a lot of middle ones, which are like some pluses, some minuses. Honestly, the ones you guys should be most worried about are the supernatural ones, because that's the thing where it's like, and there's just fucking elementals, or there's chimeras, or there's horrible explosive wards, or...
I know one thing we haven't done is dealing with spies.
Oh, hang on 1 second.
Excuse me, I haven't really rolled any spy-related stuff.
But then again, I don't think many of us are really...
Your theater conditions are resource poor. That doesn't come up a lot because you guys haven't had to forage for food in a long time. But it theoretically could come up.
We are well supplied thanks to our port/close port.
Yeah, you have a strategic mission and high morale on a legendary commander. The campaign conditions are great, which is good because your theater conditions fucking suck. You've got resource poor, high summer, bad roads, which does come up all the time.
At least I do have things that give me pluses to finding food.
Yeah, that might come in handy soon.
And my personal favorite, though, that I think has come up the most is freak weather.
Oil rain.
What's the next thing? Getting completely isolated in enemy territory. You have to survive on food rations and whatnot.
There is actually, that's either a campaign condition or a random event where you can get surrounded.
As I said, eventually, that shit's gonna happen, so...
Yeah, there's a lot of, like I said, there's a lot of random events which characterize these things, which you're supposed to roll, like, in the middle or whatever, and there's, like, lots of fun stuff can occur on those randomly, like fires or building collapses.
Let's see, built pouch. I said, I'm trying to, like, while we're talking, I'm doing, like, trying to get, like, all my shopping done, because now I'm gonna buy, like, 3 smoke grenades, 1 red, 1 green, 1 yellow, and I gotta assign them fucking...
Right. In the briefing,
tactics.
you gotta tell your men what they mean, because there's no standardized system for that.
Yeah. It's like, green smoke means get us the fuck out. Red smoke means bomb the fuck out of this. Yellow smoke is rally point here. That actually sounds pretty good. I might just keep that.
It's funny that I felt that this would be a planning and shopping and possibly role-playing session, but we're 40 minutes into the recording and we haven't actually started role-playing yet.
Oh my god, really?
Yes.
Yeah. We should probably get started. Like I said, I'll keep pace.
Well, yeah, because you'll have plenty of opportunity in character for this. But I figure let me go ahead and set up the operation.
I'll just do some enchanting stuff, but
yeah.
Okay, so you guys return to base after your successful mission. Okay, I'm getting a little. Hold on, sorry. I'm getting a little teed off. I just uploaded my video for the 3rd time, and Marvelous is still mad. So I'll have to edit that again. Don't worry. Extella 4 will hopefully be out and exist before this session 5. Like, I think let's see. I just released 10, so this will be recording 14. So that's 4 more episodes of this. I hope it's up by the time this comes out, but it might not be. So. Anyway.
Oh, smoke grenades actually are 1.3 kgs. I cannot fit them in a belt pouch.
Yep.
I guess I'll just have to clip them to my belt directly. Or something.
They're heavy. I have, 2 smoke grenades myself. I haven't figured out what colors are them yet.
You can always do the default black if you have no reason to do that. Yep.
As I said,
I'll just be black and then red for panic.
I said I would say green for panic, because that's as I said, we're gonna make actual system for smoke colors. We have to
be consistent.
Yeah, we have to be consistent.
Make things uniform.
Yeah. So green is your help me color.
Yep. Yellow is the rally color. It's all like, see yellow smoke, that's where everyone's fucking meeting. Red is lay some fire on this area.
So I'll have red and green.
That's actually good. That's actually solid. I will have red, yellow, and
And
green.
of course, white means shit's fucked. Because those are white phosphorus grenades. Do ye need the Willy Pete?
I do not need the Willy Pete.
Okay. By the way,
You know,
this,
I already
I
have
believe
an
this is the
version
war where the Willy Pete abbreviation came from.
I believe so, yeah.
Okay,
That was
so
that was
red
us,
is
good old
target
America again.
distance. Green
Trench guns and Willy
is
Pete. That's what we
help.
brought. I'm beginning to suspect we may have been a little teed off about the unrestricted U-boat warfare.
A little bit, yeah. Alright, so let's see here. Belt pouches. How many do I want to get? 5, because that's how many I can fucking have. On one belt.
Oh yes, I still have that thing note down from the chocolate rations.
You've probably eaten those by now. It's been like 2 months.
Yeah.
Or a month and a half.
Nix that.
I mean, you could have, as I've noted, you guys probably have access to an icebox.
I probably drank my fucking brandy.
Yep.
It's all like, I'm in fucking war. I'm gonna drink my fucking brandy. It's gone. And his carton of cigarettes is gone too. Yoink. I still have coffee for days though.
Because you stole a lot of it. And you drink a lot of it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
That is something that...
Let's see. What was I?
That is something I would actually probably restock on the regular. Let's see here.
Okay.
How much is engine grease? I can't believe I didn't actually have engine grease. I should put that in my fucking Magi kit, as it were. But
Just in
okay,
case.
so we are fucking. We've had a mission well done. We
Yes,
stealthed the shit out of that.
You were successful. You evaded those guys. You basically do the whole return to base. I don't remember if Sneaking a Rifleman gave his report, but I think he did. So basically, it was just he says. That's by the way, Lieutenant Walther Behringer, but he was just like, okay, we did the thing. That fog came up. We hoped it worked, and you were like, yeah, you had good effect on target. We think. We assume the fog was really good.
But there was a lot of explosion sounds. There was people screaming. Some guy went, "Ah!"
All right, so basically after all that, let's see, you regrouped. I believe you regrouped sometime in the small hours of the morning, so you probably like take a power nap in the fort until daybreak, and then RTB. Which brings me to, I think, our first point of business. Which is I have now written rules and stuff for like what base facilities are like. So, by default, there's a number of facilities that are assumed, and we've mentioned them before. So, you guys, definitely have a barracks. Duh.
Mm-hmm. Duh.
Because you need a place to sleep. Let's see. Let me scroll down because I shouldn't have closed that document, but I realized I closed my Marshal's Handbook tab, which was dumb of me. I might need stats out of that or something. You never know.
Should we actually write these down? I should probably. All right.
Well, I mean, technically, I said this is GM facing, so technically, like the default stuff, I think can be assumed. But if you want to write them down, we can. So let's see. So let me scroll
just in case, something gets attacked. So where is Wolfgang? There you are. There you are, buddy.
So you guys definitely have a barracks, which is you're able to rest properly. You can hold your men.
Barracks check.
You have a mess hall, obviously. Again.
Mm-hmm.
You can eat
and
there,
relax.
and you could, if you wanted to prepare food, you could do so without penalty because they have tools and shit. You have access to an armory, so you can do all your basic maintenance repairs, obtain things. If you don't have an armory, you don't replace your standard equipment and take a severe penalty to procurement tests because your logistics are fucked. No, my supply line's gas. And you also definitely have a workshop because that's your mages and a mage unit, so. That's cool.
We can do the magics.
Which, by the way, is important for you guys if you want to do ritual magic at home, because that benefit is you take no penalty to perform magical research or to do ritual magic for lacking an array of components, because you're in your workshop. It is assumed you have those things. If you wanted to get a bonus, you would obviously have to prep your own arrays or components, but by default, you've got some shit lying around the base. So, let's see. What are some other common ones? I think we've mentioned an infirmary before, so,
Oh, yeah.
we should assume you've got one of those. It's probably a sturdy one, too, because it's You're in an actual army base in the capital. You've got a cool, sweet HQ building and all that stuff laid out. That's basically pretty basic. You don't take medication penalties for lacking tools, and anybody who actually gets to rest in your infirmary gets their improved natural healing because you get medical care. So from there, then there's some options though, which we should probably talk about. So, should we? I think because you're a base, we should assume you have a post exchange.
Oh yeah.
Because you're actually in a city.
Guys got to spend their MC somewhere.
Yeah. So you got a PX. That means you don't have to worry about make any pests for commerce tests to acquire stuff because you got a little shop you can go to. You guys are a flying unit, so I should assume you guys probably have several hangars.
Yeah.
Because you need to be able to do repair and maintenance
and we often take out fucking like cargo planes to drop us on the battlefield. So
yeah, those are probably not based with in your base with your unit, but you have the space to load up.
Yeah. Does that come with a runway? I assume.
Yeah.
Okay.
You're not actually on the water, so you don't have a dockyard. Not that you need it.
I cry.
So then a lot of the stuff is like, which one of these, some of these options do you think makes sense? So like, you've mentioned going to a kind of like a briefing room or briefing theater before, so you probably have one of those.
Briefing room, yeah.
That's a +10 to commander tactics test to organize a mission or study the enemy.
Probably in the command building.
Speaking of command, though, so here's another couple ones that you guys might want to think about whether or not you have. Do you think you have a separate officers' club?
I kind of like personally. I kind of feel like there is a dedicated command building, like where the officers have their where the officers keep their offices, where the briefing room is, and if that's the case, yeah, I can see them having like an officers' club in that building.
Yeah, that's fair. Okay. May includes beds, bars, or other entertainment. It's where you get away from the enlisted men. While you're in the officers' club, you get a +5 to social checks.
Yeah, I feel like the officers' club is kind of just basically the officers' dormitories in the command room, in the command building.
Yeah, and you probably have a separate officers' mess, which is like slightly fancied up.
Yeah.
Well, here's an important thing. You're a real boy base, so you probably also in that building have a radio room.
Oh, yeah, probably.
With telegraph and telephone lines, so you can... that is an interesting benefit. You can treat cryptography as a trained skill to communicate with allies, so you don't need to worry about encryption for your own allies. And it's got a PA, so you can address the entire base.
Yo, fuckers, get up! Get down! Get up!
So now I think these are the truly optional ones. So let's lead off some lists. So this would actually probably be on you guys. Do you think you have a campus?
No.
That's because it's a scientific facility.
And so, like, honestly, if we were like closer, like if we were actually like close in like what is the Europe analog called again?
Europa.
Yeah, maybe. As you know, like more times to develop. As I said, we're a colony.
Mm-hmm.
It's like we're a pretty well established colony, but we're still just like we're kind of an offshoot. So while they put an effort into making sure like we have like the basics, I feel like a campus, particularly, is especially something that like would be for like schooling and whatnot. Not necessarily something that's on everyone's mind right now.
No, that's true. Most. Like, at least half your unit are guys who've been trained back in the homeland and shipped out here.
Yeah, and then we have, like, locals who,
Well, yeah, your locals are mages. There is at least one traditional style academ here where all your mages can go, if not more.
Yeah.
But soldiers here are
is
probably trained in, like, basic bitch boot camps.
Yeah.
In fact, if they train any officers from the locals, they probably send them back home to go to officer school there.
Yeah. It's like, oh, you have some good mage potential here. We're going to ship you back and make sure you understand how we do things real good.
Yes. You're going to join the institutional memory?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Do you guys think you have a manufactory or a fabrication shop? Because you do have a recovery unit. And you have a lot of technical devices, but I don't know if you have an actual fabrication shop.
We don't have, like, a lot of the ways of, like, I'm trying to think here. Wait, actually, let me see what the manufactory is here real quick.
Well, you're on it right now, I think.
Yeah,
So
I am.
you
I just
know.
got actually manufactory. There it is. Small workshop this has plenty of specialized tools to model field or build new equipment and the like. Yeah, I think I honestly if we didn't have the recovery and support I'd say no, but because we do, and we do like to build our own shit and modify it, yeah, I'd say yeah.
All right. So you got a manufactory.
It's probably literally where the fucking report and discovery team are.
Yeah.
When
But they basically probably have a compound, which is basically the manufactory, the hangars,
yeah,
and maybe your mage workshop.
yeah. That's probably another the next big building. We have our command building, the barracks, and the hangar / manufacturing site so far.
So, because one of your campaign conditions is resource poor, I don't think you have a warehouse. You guys are basically living out of
probably.
supplies that are shipped from the homeland.
Makes sense to me.
You have almost no local supplies other than millet and goat meat.
We just do more. I need to start raiding more enemy bases.
Probably. You guys could do some requisition. That's also a random optional objective that can happen is, hey, steal some shit. So then basically we've got a bunch of training facilities. There's the shooting range, the gymnasium, the training course, and the arena. I feel like you have an arena, Mr. Swordman.
Let's see here. I would say no to the shooting arena and gymnasium, but yes to a training course and arena.
Yeah, because I think you've explicitly done outdoor drills before, too.
Yeah.
Those are important if you guys get downtime, because if you spend at least an hour a day on the training course, you get +5 on all toughness rolls. And basically, so long as you maintain that. And then the arena, if you spend an hour a day practicing, you get a +5 on all warfare melee rolls. Because you're out there with the pugil sticks and the wooden swords, or possibly the we've carefully blunted your long swords or your epee so nobody gets hurt. Wink, wink.
Oh, it's time for some drill. Training course and arena. I will say straight out no for a gymnasium. It's all all this metal and stuff being put for stuff we can climb again. Hell no. Put that metal so we can make more bullets and shit like that. But maybe a shooting range. I mean, I feel like a shooting range actually would be pretty easy to set up. As from
they
here
are
to here,
noted as uncommon. If
uncommon.
you just want to pile up a berm of sand and throw some targets on the wall and say, "Hey, shoot these." Did you hit inside the rings? No. Okay, do it again.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure we have more of a makeshift shooting range than an actual shooting range. So yeah, I'd say training course and arena. Marth, do you have any input on that? And you play it too. Because I know you're the shooty guy. Do you want to make a case for shooting?
Yeah, the thing is, I don't know if he actually needs to practice to shoot.
That's true. Hey. The reason why people are good at things is because they consistently do them.
True, but I think that he might remember he lived in a woods, so I think he just has a lot of practical experience.
All right.
Yeah, I've lived in the freaking woods.
He lived somewhere in the German forests.
I lived in the German forest where there was pretty much no society except for my other guys.
All right. Okay, then we'll just stick with training course and arena.
So, do you guys think you have a base chapel? Which is a very interesting question because historically, Germany, and thus Stalin, this has a bit of a divided religious past with Protestantism versus Catholicism. So that still stands between whatever the fuck I called those two divisions. I came up with something really dumb that's basically how you say Protestantism, but with a different word. Catholicism, though, is prognosticism. It's in the document somewhere. There's a whole section on religious beliefs, but yeah.
I'm gonna say no. As I said, I feel like over here in the colonies, we're just more focused on trying to be fucking practical right now, and ain't no one got no time for religion. If you want to,
there's honestly not a lot of soldiers in this country, so you are probably in one of the only big bases in the capital. Right. So,
anyone who wants to, I don't think we're going to discriminate against your faith. Just don't wave that shit around. If you want to have a prayer, if you want to gather your soldiers and have like a bit of a meet on Sunday, you can do that.
All right, and so the next two are defensive oriented. You probably have some gun turrets. I'm just gonna go ahead and say you probably got some of those lying around.
Mm-hmm.
Now the question is, do you have an actual perimeter wall, or are you just like in the middle of the city with some sandbags and fences?
Perimeter, like, walls take resources.
Yes.
So I want to say no.
All right.
Like, off the top of my head.
So your base isn't that militarized. All right. That kind of makes sense.
Yeah. And I said, we got enough, like, to... As I said, like, we're kind of capital, so I'm pretty sure there are, like, civilian agencies about here, too.
Mm-hmm. No, the government HQ is probably, down the street.
Yeah. So big fuck all walls is probably not. As I said, that's resources, which are kind of scarce.
And then there are some upgrades I have outlined. I think really the only thing that matters is...
Alright, so here's the plan. This is how we're going to get a wall. We're going to, like, make a giant array that covers the whole entire city, and we're just going to throw it up, like, earth wall. Boom, done, wall.
Okay.
No, don't actually do that. Do you know how much, like, no. That's a fucking city.
It's a lot of meters. It's a lot of meters, which is the range that spell is measured in.
3,000.
So there are some base modifications and upgrades. I think the only things that maybe matter is, do you guys think you have Spartan billets or luxury billets, if it matters, or
Spartan
you can
billets.
just be default?
Well, actually, let's see here. Let me check here.
Don't necessarily jump into Spartan billet. You get double the amount of men, but you take twice as long to recover from post-mission fatigue.
Actually, I'm just gonna say no, we're default, because, as I said, like, we don't have a lot of fucking, we don't have a fuck ton of soldiers down here, so... Mm-hmm. Yeah, so, no, it's all like, we built enough that, everyone, can rest comfortably.
Yeah. Enlisted men are probably in a singular bunk room, but they got plenty of space.
Yeah.
Junior NCOs are probably like, 2 men to a room. Officers like Wolfgang and his support staff get their full-blown own room.
Mm-hmm. And the command building.
Yeah. And then I think the only other question at the moment... Oh, though actually I should know. I think I scrolled past this. You guys have taken prisoners before, so you probably have a stockade.
I guess that's true, but do we keep them for long?
I don't know. That's your question. Do you think you have again, you're in a capital. Do you guys just send your military prisoners off to the county jail?
Oh man, actually, I was actually reading about this. Germany took a fuck ton of prisoners of war during World War One, like ridiculous amounts. So like, I don't know, but so I don't know if there was actually like any African prisoner camps.
Probably not, because the Germans got their asses kicked a lot down here.
Yeah, so like honestly, like so actually I can see that we have like our own thing, because as I said, we do take prisoners, but they're probably something that's like it's not like we don't take a fuck ton of prisoners. Usually it's like we usually grab like a few mages.
Well, yeah, and it should be noted that by default the stockade's pretty small. It's got 12 cells for 12 guys.
Yeah, and as I said, we probably use them for when there is a breach in discipline.
Mm-hmm. It also gives your MPs a building or attachment that they can hang out in and do security stuff.
Okay.
So the stockade gives you +10 to interrogation and investigation checks while on the base, because you've a tiny little military police office, where they have an interrogation room at least, and they probably have a wall where you can put your conspiracy board.
Yeah. So stockade.
So that's a regular standard thing. Let's see. Your buildings are probably weatherproof. Just because you have to be. Like, in these conditions, you have to be weatherproofed.
We get freak weather on the regular, alright?
So I think because you have an infirmary, the only thing is, if you... And this might be a thing I might want to make you roll for, but, like... you are in a capital, you're in a fairly advanced place. Do you think you have a surgery suite or a psych ward?
I'd say yes to surgery suite. I'd say no to psych ward.
Alright. That seems fair.
As I said, like, battlefield injuries are still big, but, like, mental health care isn't, like, if I remember correctly, wasn't a major
No, and that's why surgery suite is uncommon, psych ward is rare. They're not common.
Yeah, no. So I can say yes to surgery suite because, as I said, this is a capital. It's If it was a forward base and we had an infirmary, I'd be like, no, we have no surgery suite. But no, this is our main base suite.
Right. So you basically have a military hospital here.
Yeah.
So surgery suite means that anybody who wants to perform surgery or do long-term care gets a +10 on medication tests. And there are surgeons here who can roll with an int of 40 and a medication of +10. So there's a 50-50 chance of being healed at any point if you're on base.
Booyah!
And they can get you into the surgery theater. All right. So
I was
basically,
looking at
you
our
see
base.
all these buildings that you guys are flying up in over the business.
Let's see here. So looking at this, the barracks and mess hall are probably its own building. Let's see here. The armory, workshop, the manufactory, and hangar, probably its own building. Let's see here. Actually, I'm gonna throw the infirmary with the barracks and mess hall, because, yeah. Let's see here. Let's see. Briefing room, officers club, and radio room, probably its own building. Post exchange, probably its own building. The training course and arena are probably together. And the stockade is probably its own building as well.
Because it mentions the building. It might be a little harsh, but I'm imagining the training course and the arena are like outside.
Yeah. Yeah, it's not, they're not buildings, they're just like, oh, here's some spare area, this is where we're gonna set this shit up. So we have one building, which is like for the soldiers, which is our barracks, mess hall, and infirmary. Another building with our armory, workshop, manufactory, and hangars. The post exchange. The command building with the briefing room, officers club, and radio room. A section cordoned off for the training course and arena. The stockade. We have several gun turrets placed around the perimeter, but with no wall.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And you've probably got medium or heavy machine guns in them.
Yeah.
If it matters.
Can we steal some anti-air? I feel like we need some anti-air.
You want to get some flak? You can. I mean, you're a senior mage officer on this base. You can be like, hey, yo, we should get some flak turrets in here.
Well, I will put in a. I will write in a. I will bring it up in the major, and I will start writing some requests.
Because you guys actually captured a couple when you took that village, so you've got a few lying around.
Yeah. Yeah, no, but didn't those go to Major Mustache because he was commanding?
I mean, yeah, but he also left, so I don't. He got like double promoted out of that position in the course of like a week. I don't think he had a lot of chance to move them.
So
they'd either be at the fort, which probably has its own artillery there, or you could return them to base.
Yeah, I'll just send out the this is what they're from. I'll send out the recovery and support to go pick them up and bring them back.
They can do that. They have ways to lift things.
Mm-hmm. Man, I love this recovery and support team.
Yeah, they're great. I thought they really they especially after you said that recovery actually sounded like a cool idea for you. And I was like, okay, we'll stick a little platoon of those guys in there. That'll be fun.
No, I love them,
and they're great because they're mechanics, medics, whatever you need support. Are you out of bullets? Do you have a boo-boo? Are you cold? We can fix all of these at once.
Their commanding officer is now base mom.
Well, she kind of was. I mentioned that. We have Brett's. Fire.
Let's see. Okay,
also, technically, like I said, technically, Frau Dr. Brett's. As she, as was specified in an earlier session, she actually did not join the military effort until after she graduated from medical school. So she's a for-real doctor. Which is also why I said that the base coffee is now quite strong.
I'm okay with that. I think I mentioned I was okay with it. Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, so you guys have flown back into base. You got all your stuff settled. You're having a good time. You go about your business. You do your usual de-assing. Everybody returns all their spare equipment back to the armory.
Like, make sure that everyone turns in their fucking satchel charges. I don't need no one fucking holding on to an explosive for just in case. Like, no.
Yeah.
You turn back in your swim fins and your rebreathers because you were still weighing those things down.
Restarted the Discord because things was roboting heavily on my end.
Okay.
Oh, sorry, dude.
That's too bad. Do you think you missed anything important?
Yeah.
I think the last thing I was hearing about was the base stuff.
Oh, did you have any input on that you wanted to? I tried
not
that.
really.
Okay.
think everything you were choosing was just fine by me.
All right. Okay, that's good.
Yeah, so you guys de-ass, you turn in all your spare bullets. You're not really at a heavy standing military. Actually, that's a good question for you, commanding officer. Are your guys going around base armed at all times, or do people like rack their rifles and pistols back in the armory? What's your military readiness level?
I would say yellow. Basically, we always have armed patrols going at all times, but if you are not on duty, your shit is secured.
All right. Probably some of your guys have taken to not necessarily turning in their weapons, but like leaving them in their bunk.
Well, it's like if like I would enforce the rule that anything issued by our own guys must be turned in. But if you happen to pick up a weapon like off the battlefield or whatever, you're free to bring that to your bunk.
So there's a tiny black market in pistols and knives going on in the quarters.
I can't. As I said, like I like to enforce discipline, but you must accept that there's just some things you can't control over. So it's one of those things that like I know you guys like have all this shit, but like unless you guys start stabbing each other in the fucking base, I'll like
your men are highly disciplined.
Yeah,
morale's good. They don't have any reason to fight.
All right, good. And it's because of like I make decisions like this. It's like, all right, you guys can have your fun, but get my eye on you.
All right, so let's see. I'm pretty sure you guys both passed your post-mission fatigue, so it doesn't matter. So you report to the major. Accept your report and be like, all right, we'll wait for intelligence back on, the result, because obviously you couldn't see anything.
Mm-hmm.
But she seems pleased with I think it was ultimately 7 of 8 actually got sunk.
Yeah.
So she seems fairly pleased.
Yeah.
Above exceeds expectations.
Mm-hmm.
Also supposedly inflicted a significant amount of casualties. Yeah, you're not lying or anything, so there's no reason to make you roll any checks on this. It's just okay. That's my report. It happened.
That's what I did.
Turned up everything. Everybody got home safe. There were some guys who tried to chase us in planes. Get a load of this stuff. Planes. Since I think you were outpacing them by a good couple of 100 kilometers.
Yes.
Per hour.
That's right.
Could have fought them, but I'm paranoid. I'm like, no, I could have got shot. No. Excuse me, do you know who I am? I do not like pain.
No, both of you guys have bleeding heart medals. You've already been shot in this war.
Yeah, once enough, thanks.
And actually, that's a reason why that medal gives you +1 wound healed. It's because, listen, getting hurt sucks. If it happens to you, you get better at not dying.
Heading towards an airfield.
Yeah. So, there's no new mission briefing at the time, but she's like, "All right, you guys take your rest of your day off. You're back on mission. You're not on duty rotation.
Mm-hmm.
So everybody gets basically a day pass, and
okay.
we'll resume normal duty schedules in the morning until I say otherwise."
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So actually, let's start this off. Let me check I was going to check what calendar day I actually had it at, because if you actually watch these videos on YouTube, a lot of the times I've been recently, in an effort to hopefully make YouTube less angry about original content, I've been designing my own tiny briefing inserts and using them as the bed image. So let's see. You guys just did Blue Ghost. That was dated 12/11/1914. So it is now 12/12/1914. United Common Era.
December.
Okay. Yep.
Oh, we gotta start thinking about profitness.
Yes. So you guys basically have the rest of the day off. Let's not go into too much, because I do actually want to do some more briefing stuff. But
okay.
what you got a free day. You got a day pass. You're not necessarily super tired because you had plenty of time to rest up after the operation. And honestly, other than the crippling adrenaline tension that Wolfgang was under, you guys are actually pretty okay in your mission.
Okay.
You're a little cold. That one guy who sprained his ankle probably has to put his foot up for the rest of the day, but
good job, mate.
Nobody else really got hurt. Nobody really stressed themselves. Nobody blew themselves up. Nobody got shot at. And honestly, you guys had personally 0 encounters with the enemy, except for that one guy who went into the woods to take a piss and had to die.
Right. Yep.
I'm sorry.
And this is why we don't have a base chapel, because otherwise Wolfgang would be there all the time just fucking apologizing.
It's like,
Dear prophet who art in the Garden of Ether, I'm sorry about all that stuff I did. But yeah, so, free day. What you doing? Oh, and your logistics is 35. Everybody gets 3 MC hazard pay right off the top.
okay.
Booyah!
Yay.
Which is equivalent to like $30, I think, in modern cash, so.
Yeah. Okay, so guess one of the things I'm doing is just chanting. I'm trying to figure out what else I'm doing.
Alright. He's going into the workshop.
It's a free day. Profit miss is coming up.
If you're thinking about doing shopping, I'm actually going to have I'm going to give you a whole extended amount of time for that, so. You can do preliminary if you want, but there will definitely be a role-playing break to discuss the profit miss question. Which, by the way, technically in writing is just, the official name is Prophet's Day, but you can call it Prophet's Muss if you like, because that's funnier.
I like calling it Prophet's Miss. The Mass of the Prophet? Hell yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But, let's see, right here, honestly, we got back, but I said, I'm paranoid, so I'm gonna go to my office, and I'm gonna start drafting up orders for the next few days, because, as I said, I want to start getting some, enemy intel, because, here's the thing, out of character, I realized, we don't have a lot of resources, so we should actually be working more on finding out what the enemy knows, where they're going, their supplies and stuff, and we should be trying to take them. We're relying a little bit too much on our shipments from the
right, and also you're
mainland.
relying a lot on strategic command.
Yeah, so
the high command sends orders, you follow.
Yeah, so we have a scout. I have literally a scout platoon under my command. So I need to start putting them out for not ratings, but to start finding suitable targets.
No, I think your flying rifles are a raider platoon. That's probably their job. Yeah,
so I'm gonna start drafting up plans to start sending out the scouts for potential targets. Right. Let's see here. Recovery and support. I'm gonna draft up orders for them to go pick up the anti-air cannons from the forts and bring them back. And the air rifles will be on just standard patrols for now. So that's what I'm gonna start doing.
Why don't you go ahead and roll me a tactics check?
Oh, okay.
Let's see how good your orders are. Maybe you'll get something out of these if you roll good.
Let's see here. 37.
That is almost assuredly under your tactics.
Right.
I'm pretty sure. Wait. Do I get any bonuses for tactics?
I'm trying to remember what bonuses I have for.
Wait, no, this is just writing reports. Briefing room is for actually. Okay, yeah, so no. My int is 43, but
I think familiars count for enchanting.
Yeah, I think they count for all spellcasting rolls.
Okay, so that would actually be one higher because of enchanting an earth spell.
Yeah, they're present. I noticed you said Breath of the Earth, though. What are you enchanting?
The orc boots.
Okay, but is that Breath of the Earth is your offensive spell? Are you sure that's the spell you meant?
No. Strength of the Earth is
Strength
the
of the
one
Earth.
I
Okay.
meant.
All right. Just double checking.
Yeah, I was all wait, what was it?
Right.
Yeah, so I got a.
That's actually 200. So that you only need to do 4. Yeah, that's right. It did do that right.
Yeah. By the way, I got 0 degrees of success.
All right.
Actually, hang on. Let me. Actually, I just realized something. Let me check my companion, see if she does anything for tactics. I don't think so, but I'm just gonna double check.
I mean, if she has tactics trained, she could offer you trained assistance.
Yeah, she does. So yeah, I'll take that. That's a plus 10, 1 degree of success.
All right. So it's not a brilliant strategy, but you've realized suddenly that you need to be more proactive.
Mm-hmm.
So yes, you have actually drafted up your duty schedules, and so you can actually your recovery team will recover a unit. Probably half the platoon will probably stay at home, and the other half will go pick up the guns.
Yep.
And bring those back. That'll probably take them, a day or two of operation. And obviously, you're going to be waiting a little bit because they got a free pass too.
Yeah, no, I'm not going to tell anyone they have to go do this immediately, but I'm
you're just
orders like.
Exemplifying your character immediately. When given a free pass by his commanding officer, Wolfgang immediately goes back to his office and does work.
Yeah.
So basically you write everybody's patrol schedules for the next couple days. You make sure to give your recon unit, enemy territory patrols. Like, hey, actually reconnoiter. Don't just look out for enemy guys on our borders. Actually, give me some intel.
Yep.
Though you're sure to draw it so they don't necessarily penetrate too deeply into enemy territory where they could get cut off, and you're also pretty sure you're not going to piss anybody off by, accidentally sending them too far or anything.
Yeah, no. That's all, the point of intel is to get it back to the base.
Alright, so those are planned for the next couple days.
Alright. I'll also go to the, post, see if they got any new paperbacks. Get the news. Get a newspaper.
Alright, what was the
Lots of coffee.
What was the last thing you guys did? No, actually, honestly, it's been a while since you guys did anything that was newsworthy, so the local news is probably just, headlines are multiple weeks, because they were receiving news, by telegraph wire, multiple weeks of news on the home front out of date, and also, local news, let's see, this is probably a government-run newspaper, so there's lots of the equivalent of, loose lips, sink ships type stuff,
Mm-hmm.
Don't say anything to mysterious strangers, be careful what you say. Supplies are good, stuff,
Whatever.
type stuff,
Hey,
welcome our latest proud young men and women from the fatherland here to support us kind of stuff. Yeah.
This is me drinking coffee as I look at the standard propaganda.
Yes. You're a military officer, you would know this. The news is censored as fuck.
Yep.
If you wanted to write a letter to home, military censors would look at it, unless you paid extra for mage mail, at which point a mage would literally take your mail and either fly it or teleport it or something at home, and they would beat up everybody who tried to read your mail. You haven't actually read that fluff description. Mage mail is very serious business, and they have not been afraid to start small wars to keep the sanctity of the mail, because they're charged with carrying important magic shit.
Well, actually, speaking of letters, that's a good point. I'm going to get my letters. I'm going to write some letters home.
Right.
It's very important to maintain correspondence with friends and families and allies.
Yeah. I mean, you're a titled mage, so you probably have an extensive political network back home.
Mm-hmm. You have to maintain that.
All kinds of elbows.
So yes. Mm-hmm. I said I did some elbow rubbing when we went back to the capital. I said it's there's a greater enemy out there, and I need to make sure that I have every advantage available for reasons, because I'm paranoid. The more you say it, now that you mention it, yeah, I am paranoid as fuck.
That's kind of why I wrote the quirk, because I realized it was a major character thing, and I didn't actually have a model for it in quirks, but it totally is. So I'm like, yeah, no, let's actually write that. And no, that makes sense. You're hard to surprise, and you go faster in combat because you're always ready for a fucking fight.
Yeah.
You're ready that something is going to go wrong, and you're going to need to act fast.
So, I said I'll just use standard mail, because as I said, this is just going to be polite correspondence, nothing super secret. It's all greeting and salutation, all bodes well here on the African colonies, morale is high, blah, 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 blah. Perhaps next time I'm in the area, maybe we can do dinner and have discuss things, blah, 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 blah. Quarterly yours, Wolfgang on Schmidt.
And in there, you slip a letter to that one professor whose lessons you never listened to, but suddenly, in retrospect, all those demonology courses you could have taken should have been really helpful. Why? Why didn't you take those courses when you had the chance? You had the credits, but instead, no. You had to learn how to stab people with a sword.
Yeah. I was a student who was much more interested in the physical aspects of learning.
Yeah, because you, actually, yeah. What? You took the cadet background, right?
Yep.
Yeah. So you went to a military school.
Mm-hmm. But I will definitely write him and be all like, "Oh, I regret that I did not have assistance. Maybe when the time presents the chance, we can meet up and you can give me a refresher course for reasons." Whoa, Omega, you were real quiet there for a moment.
Yeah, sorry, I walked away from my computer.
That's why.
And I yelled back to my microphone. Now I'm back in position. Yay, directional mics.
Mm-hmm.
It's really helpful because you don't hear the fact that my fan's going in the background or my other shit. You guys probably, because Discord does like, I have mine set on, noise detection. You guys probably don't even hear my chair creaks. Which is good, because it's a creaky chair.
Dying.
Wolfgang, your chair creaks. What do you do? No, you probably don't have like an office-style chair. You probably got like a normal-ass type chair.
As I said, I have my own office, but it's not like, as I said, it's not furbished lavishly. I probably got a desk, a chair, maybe a rug.
Mm-hmm.
My windows have windows. Maybe I have some bookshelves. I have a fuck ton of maps and reports. I have a globe. I stole that globe. I was like, fuck yeah, globe. But then the major got 2 globes. I was like, son of a bitch.
They're paired. They flank. They're antiques. You're like, shit.
So now to one-up her, now I gotta get a telescope.
Yeah.
Then she'll get 2 telescopes.
No, she'll get just like a high-power one that actually goes out her window. I'll be like, God damn it.
Honestly, she's a void mage. I wouldn't be shocked if she doesn't already own a telescope.
She just hasn't set it up yet. Next time I go...
No, it's probably in her quarters. Where you don't go a lot.
Oh. But,
okay.
Actually, maybe I don't know.
So we've just been...
I don't need to live super luxuriously, but I'm looking at my office. Maybe I should get, like, a love seat or something.
Well, I don't know. You haven't done a lot... You don't do a lot of business in your office.
Yeah, I know, that's the thing, but now, like, as I said, like, the more I play this character, then the more, like, I understand how he works and stuff. Mm-hmm. So now it's like one of those things, like, these details are starting to fall into place. It's like me discovering, like, I'm kind of paranoid, and I want us to be a bit more self-sufficient, so I need to now start acting towards that. Mm-hmm. So now that's why I, on my free day, am spending, like, several hours in my office with my XO, who's probably a little miffed to write up these reports. But, after that, I'll give her leave, and she can go do whatever she wants. Mm-hmm. But, again, let me remind you, my XO...
Your XO... I've just been thinking about this. Does your XO, like, perch like a hawk at your front door on her desk, which is outside of your room, and like shoot eye lasers at anybody who tries to interrupt you? Or is she the kind who would go off and do her own thing while you work?
Well, I mean, she was there to assist me. So
actually, hold on, wait, she has Stalker, doesn't she?
Yeah, no, she has Sadistic and Stalker, and I am the target of the thing.
Yeah, okay, like, so she definitely does not fuck off if you give her her leave and you're still in the office. She definitely goes and sits at her desk and like...
She probably writes her own letters, but no, she does not want to leave.
She's using a typewriter very loudly. And so she can screen everybody who comes into your office.
Mm-hmm. Again, reminder, my XO's quirks are Sadistic, Stalker, Soldier, Stunning Beauty, and Trauma, Necrophobia. Mm-hmm. She's real pretty, but she will kill you. I should make her more killy. I should give her a sniper rifle.
Yeah, there is actually a whole... Either that, or you should give her, like you've been saying, a real melee weapon.
Yeah. 1 to 2. Actually, I should probably give her range so she can, like, cover my 6. She's sadistic. She probably won't mind if she accidentally shoots me.
Yeah. Which is, that's actually a whole thing that's supported by the conveyance system, because normally they don't move when you move, unless you tell them to. So if you go charging on ahead, she can literally stay behind and use it to shoot people who you are not stabbing, or other things.
That's some food for thought as I look at my companion, who is very pretty but very scary. She has slapped the shit out of me more than once, and she has done it with this really weird look on her face. I worry my future. Anyways, let's see here. Let's see. After I write some letters, I'll take a walk around base, just take in the air. Talk with some of the locals.
Yeah. You also probably bump into Ulrich, who appears to be spending his break time being outside.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Actually, Ulrich, that's a good. Here's a question. You're actually pretty good with like hunting and whatnot, right?
Yes. Yeah, probably has.
Well, you're definitely trained in survival.
Probably would have to get permission to leave base to do any hunting.
Well, yeah, that's the thing though. As I said, more self-sufficient. As I said, like I don't know what our food stores are like, but like remember how we like hunted, like we got like surprise orc and we had some really good meat.
Yeah. And plus, all the stuff that we have here is probably like standard, probably heavily salted already, so it's probably not as great.
As I said, like I'm not saying like we should like start our own fucking like garden or agriculture, but
getting some food like that's not just the military standard food, which can be not great.
Yeah. As I said, it's probably not something that we're going to do immediately, but Ulrich, I want you to keep in mind, as I said, we do have the vast lands to hunt from. As I said, I don't know what, but I personally, unfortunately, I don't know about you, but I don't know what actually makes good eating around here.
I've done a little bit of research, but I forget some of what it is. But most people around here, farming is, well, unfortunately, a lot of farming is subsistence, but most of the local wildlife is, like, most of the farming is goat herding, so there's probably a lot of natural goats. I don't know if there's a lot of, like, animals, in general, because you are scarce resources. But, let's see, is there any...
Okay.
I'm gonna double check it. Prevalent crops. Okay, so you're looking at lots of millet, sorghum, some corn, and peanuts. Millet is probably okay for you guys because you knew that. Oh, okay. So in central and northern Namibia, which is the equivalent of where you are now, there is cattle grazing. And then in the arid regions in the south, which is where you guys have done a lot of your work, it's caracal sheep and goat farming. So there's probably some of those lying around. Let me see. What are native?
If there's cattle grazing, maybe we can, like, talk to some of the locals and, maybe throw them... Well, I can't say MC. They probably don't want MC. But maybe we get
not particular... I mean, kind of out of your way in the middle of nowhere. Like, especially, like I said, subsistence farmers, fuck no. They don't have any use for your MC. In town, they'll take it because they can visit the PX.
Trade services for
That
supplies.
said, yes, you guys are mages. You have in-demand services.
Like, we can like get maybe some cattle, maybe see if they have any like surplus foods.
Yeah,
and we can like maintain our.
If you want to go like wild hunting, there are wildebeests and buffalo here.
Yeah, I know. That's like I said.
I think
like Ulrich, what I want, like once we get like a bit more downtime, something I do want you to do is to basically head up like small hunting parties so we can surplus our diets with like maybe some meats, and maybe you can find some locals to do maybe a little bit of bartering with.
So mostly you're looking at antelope are very common around here, of various species. So, African deer-like creatures. I presume antelope is probably similar to venison.
I assume.
They're similar creatures. There's wildebeest and buffalo, There's zebras.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think you really want to eat zebra meat necessarily.
Yeah, zebra meat is just... Well, zebras are pretty much similar to horses.
Yeah. So that's what I'm thinking. Like, you can eat horse, but horse meat is not necessarily, like, super appealing.
Let's see here. As of today, there are 3 breeds of zebra that can be legally farmed for consumption. The Burchell breed from South Africa, known to have a somewhat sweeter than beef taste. The edible meat comes from the hindquarters of the animal and is very lean.
Yeah, lean. Okay.
Okay.
So apparently, like, you can't eat a lot of the zebra meat.
No, so you probably don't want to do that a lot.
No.
Yeah.
And now I've scrolled through and I'm in Carnivora.
Probably just...
There are a lot of fun creatures. Ooh, there are seals. Don't know if you eat seals, but you can dig seal skin.
Seals.
But yeah, so there are a lot of species of mongoose here, leopards, cheetahs, African wild dogs.
Probably just try to use every part of the animal so it's not wasted.
What is that? Like,
There's
if
a
we
lot
if
of
I send you on a
antelopes.
if I
Lucky can live in terror. There are hippopotami. There are also rhinos here.
I don't know. I don't want to mess with those gentle giants.
Yeah, you probably don't want to eat rhino. Also, you don't want to fight rhinos. I think
Plus
there are
that
elephants here too.
ivory.
I mean, I don't know. This is like, well, no.
I mean, this is definitely right in your Age of Adventure safari and stuff.
Yeah,
like,
that's what I was thinking.
After
like,
the war is over, is totally pulp action. King Solomon's Mines and stuff type shit. But
yeah, but I don't know. Like, Wolfgang,
at the same time, that would
be
be Fort Ivory. And neither of you are void or poison mages, so like animal bones and stuff's not necessarily your stressor.
But Major is, and Ivory makes good jewelry.
He's making some notes.
Mhm.
Oh, there's ostriches here. You can eat an ostrich. There's
trying to
guinea
ride fucking
fowl.
ostrich.
Those are probably birds. Are probably some stuff. There's apparently some terrestrial birds like quails, partridges, and stuff.
Mhm.
So there's probably if you want to take out your trench guns and load it up with birdshot, there's probably some decent poultry and pheasant and stuff you can get out here.
Oh man, but how many guys do we actually? Well, actually, no. I guess that's not really bad. It's like we have mages, so we probably have a little bit better refrigeration technology than.
Accurate. You actually have refrigeration. You have an elemental stone of water will produces coolness and moisture.
Yeah,
you can
probably
literally make an ice box by getting an insulated box and throwing a couple elemental stones in there.
So we can probably actually keep me
Right.
for a bit longer. But as I said, we probably still got like several hundred people, like base wise. I feel like we need more than just like one or two beasts. But Ulrich, as I said, like this is the plan. Like once we get like a few more days of downtime, like so I'm gonna start sending you out. Maybe I'll go with you. I don't know. It'd be fun. And we're gonna start doing hunting parties and like burrowing parties so we can try and supplement our food because we got to maintain this morale. And,
Right.
And also, you do have a big holiday coming up.
Also,
Yeah.
Several
Yeah.
actually.
definitely need to have meat.
Yeah, meat's
So
on the
there's-
table. So
I'm looking at it.
Also, we
There's
might
there's a
run-
very decent slice of edible birds. Like I said, there's a lot of terrestrial fowl. There's a lot of antelopes, which I'm sure is something the locals would eat. And there's stuff like I said, like buffalo or wildebeest.
yeah, let's see here. So yeah, so basically, once we get done, we get our duty rotation. I'll basically bring it up with the major that we should probably prepare for Prophetmas or Prophet's Day. Or how'd you used to celebrate Prophet's Day? Was it a thing for you?
Yes.
Good, excellent. Then we'll be on the same page.
So to open up
and
your
I-
Mage's Field Guide and talk about holidays, because I actually spent a lot of time thinking about this.
His field guy.
Prophet's Day, aka Prophetmas or Prophet's Mass, is a key religious holiday around the time of the winter solstice. It's linked to the birth of the prophet, who is your Jesus analog. Listen,
fucking
to add
Jesus!
to add literal demons, I had to fuck with the cosmology a lot. So religions are similar but different. Also, it means I can say that. Listen, I'm not actually trying to say that what your religion is like. I just made a thinly veiled analog that is not meant to be true to reality.
Right.
So take no offense, please. I'm not actually aiming to cause any problems. So yeah, it's also linked to Riemann traditional holidays. It is considered a time for feasting, prayer, and celebration with traditional music and decoration. It is symbolic of hope, unity, and equality. It is typical to exchange gifts and engage in games on this holiday. In the West, it is also considered common to send calling cards or letters with well wishes to friends and family. And then that kind of dovetails into New Year's, which is a similar kind of period.
Oh, we must commonly give gifts to spirits. Hey, Ulrich, do you want to run down to the underground, the fort underground, and do a small ceremony there?
Yes.
And I said, you are an earth mage, and that is a complex. Oh,
We pretty much a huge celebration of spirits back in the woods.
yeah. So let's do it. Let's do a big feast. Yeah, I'll bring it up with the major. We should do a big feast. We can set out hunting parties to start gathering food. Let's do for the mages let's head over to the fort so we may give offerings to earth spirits who have decided not to fuck our shit up, and hopefully a gift will keep them from fucking our shit up.
Mhm.
I don't think there's any other spirit in the area. I don't know. I know there's no genius spirits around.
No, you guys have not, in your immediate area, you haven't come across any conflicts with a genius. There are probably some, you just haven't gone out of your way to find them.
Yeah. But, so, as I said, but that underground area, we know there's plenty of spirits there, and last time we checked, they were a little bit agitated, so let's take this opportunity to visit them and be like, sorry, man, we cool, yo. Sorry that a demon came up and literally blew a fucking hole in your guys' ceiling.
Yes.
After that, as I said, we'll do games. We'll have a feast. And hopefully we can... maybe we should try bonding with the locals a little bit. Let's say...
By the way, I'm just doing some reading on, African buffalo or Cape buffalo. They're apparently one of the big 5 African game, also known as the Black Death or the Widowmaker. So...
Oh, okay.
Maybe not for funds. Maybe not for meats if you don't want to bother. They're one of the big 5, which includes the African elephant, the black rhinoceros, the African lion, and the African leopard. So yeah, they're a serious hunting prospect. So that's probably not like a casual, we're gonna go out and farm some buffalo kind of thing. Like maybe wildebeest.
Yeah, and then we'll write letters, send cards, give gifts. Yeah. I said, things have been going well. Things have been going well for us. We should celebrate accordingly. Death flag raised.
Right, so you probably have this conversation with Ulrich as you're out and about, and you're like, oh, hey, Ulrich, what are we going to do for Profitmas? What are we going to do?
I really should get you promoted. You're like a staff sergeant, right? Yeah, you're getting up there. Who knows? Maybe make officer soon. I know you're like a non-commissioned officer. Because
he's one of your senior NCOs.
Rebel?
Vicefield Rebel.
Senior NCO Sergeant First Class.
That's whatever.
SFC.
Okay, but sure. So, yeah, you're basically like my liaison to like the guys, I guess.
Yes.
But, yeah. So, if you know anyone else who's particularly good, or it could just be actually, it could probably just be us. I don't know. Well, we'll think about it. As I said, we got, it's like, what, the 12th?
Yes.
We got, a couple weeks.
Yeah.
Alright, but I will, bid you farewell, and I'll go about my day.
Oh, just...
Alright, so you go about your day.
Yeah.
Because the recording's been going for an hour and 45 minutes.
Jesus.
No, it's fine. We're having fun here. I don't feel like it's going real slow or anything. It's just, hey, we're building stuff. Yeah. We're building. So basically your day concludes, you go out and about. Wolfgang probably kips over to the PX to get some stuff, like you said.
Gonna write some letters, gonna send some mail.
Maybe you retire to the officers' club after getting a couple rounds of. Actually, it's a good question. What's you have tactics and stuff, so I assume maybe you play games. Does Wolfgang play games, and what's his game of choice?
Mine right now is elemental chess. I stole a. Like a lot of my bric-a-brac, I stole a set from one of the things, and now I play it on the regular. Sometimes I play with other officers, and occasionally the major.
Yeah. So,
I don't know if the major will show up in the officers club today, but if she does, I will definitely bring up the prospect of Prophet's Day.
Probably. She'll actually, because she's got to relax, not as relaxed as you did having a free day, basically, but her schedule at the moment seems a little bit more relaxed because she is basically organizing her 2 squadrons of guys to do stuff. So she does not necessarily have to go whole hog personally, and she has a fairly competent XO also. Very strict disciplinarian, but yeah. So she'll show up in the club for evening mess and stuff. Play a couple rounds with you of elemental chess and whatever godforsaken variant of the game you're playing.
But
so
drinks.
the pieces are Britannian, but we play by stall rules. Never mind that how the pieces are literally magic and they do different stuff.
So we get what we can, and I'll use this as an analog, like the fact that we're using a Britannian set to play this is how I have concerns about our resources, and I think we should be moving more on to commandeering enemy supplies and maybe even getting support from the locals a little bit more self-sufficient. And so, I'll bring up the fact that I'm considering organizing hunting parties for big game and maybe some trading with the locals. and that I'm gonna be sending scouts lightly into enemy territory for intel and potential raid targets. I said I'm not doing this like super formally, but it's just over the matter of
Yeah, you're playing the match.
Yep, playing the match. And, of course, the fact that, Prophet's Day is coming up, and, morale is super important. And we should have a bit of a celebration.
Indeed it is. As she takes one of your pieces.
God damn.
I was a little bit concerned you were thinking about being a little pirate there, Captain. But, natural resources are important. As mages, we do exist in harmony with our natural environment. What's, Geisler, that's right. Your man, Wieseldwebel Geisler, he's very good with the natural things. Not so much with flying, I've noticed, but very effective, it seems, as a hunter and navigator.
He's a brave man to constantly face his fears, even if some of those times facing them is me throwing him out of the plane, but I won't begrudge him that.
We all have a great many things we must do. But yes. I am formulating our long-term strategy at the moment with Colonial Command and High Command. They are certainly interested in us maintaining our hold, and they are very glad in our efforts of retaining control of the territory so far. So much so, they are eager to send us another boatload of all the ammunition and supplies we need to continue. And maybe some valiant men that they can spare them. Unfortunately, I do not think they can. Apparently, it seems like you wouldn't read this in the papers, but the current strategy on the Western Front is to have a surge of men and build up high levels of forces so that we can hopefully overpower and break through our enemies allied against us there. Actually, I'm trying to remember when Italy got in, but she'd probably mention this, rumblings of the Sabine Empire, they haven't come to our aid like they should via the treaties.
Mm-hmm.
Which would be an unfortunate front to open up south of Ostmark in the Alps. So always remember, Captain Schmidt, it could be much worse. We could be in the mountains. I expect it would be cooler, at least.
Oh god, I'm trying to think of the fucking term. Well, I don't wish to be invite what's the word I am saying? The word discord upon us, but looking at the situation, if we do not get some sort of reinforcement, as I said, reinforcement on other ways of maybe men and other stuff, we are looking at potentially fighting against the other colonies on 3 fronts. The other one just being water.
Yes, the Britannians are known for their naval success. Luckily, I do have some associates in the Imperial Navy. I have, well, let's just say that my round of Prophetmas cards will hopefully be very informative. You'll get something back. In case you don't remember from earlier in the campaign, but I explicitly mentioned most of the Majors family are water mages. You know for a fact that one of her sisters is a senior mage commander on a Navy ship in the north right now, and her other sister is a unit commander for a squad of sub-mages.
Oh, okay, cool.
Both older, obviously, because she's only like 17. And her fourth sister is younger than her, and she's about 15, and she's another Void Mage, and she's currently in Academy. Mages have big families, guys.
Yes, my Prophet's Day will probably be of a likewise nature. But as I said,
given our private problem, as she kind of like taps the toxin piece.
Well, all we can do is prepare and stockpile.
Yes. I am deeply concerned. I have heard, as always, rumors. The Commonwealth is trying to antagonize the locals against us. If you just, overthrow those Stahl people who came here to dig up your diamonds and have your soldiers die, you'll be perfectly fine digging up diamonds for us and fighting in our fronts, they don't say. But the effort is there. And as you say, we are technically surrounded by hostiles on all sides. To the north, I don't remember what I called Portugal yet. It's something like Lusitania, but not like literally Lusitania, but something similar. But they're like,
well, I'll tap.
they are
I'll
not
make a move.
officially our enemies, but their biggest economic partner is the United Commonwealth, so that would be very unfortunate to open up the Angolan front to the north. Though I dare say it would also be a mite side cooler than some of this blasted desert. Well, I always ask how some of our fire and earth mages put up with this incessant heat, but I must say I prefer flying high well above the ground.
Speaking of locals and potential propaganda, it's not my forte, but I think it might be seen as an effort of goodwill if we were to, during Prophet's Day, extend the celebrations to the locals, let them partake in food, drink, and games along with us. It might be a little bit of a security risk, but
there are plenty of conventional soldiers on base, so I don't think it should be too much of a problem.
Yes,
we'll have a nice relaxing, play some football. Unfortunately, I don't think there's a damn quintessence ball on this remote outpost somehow. Alas. The major, by the way, I think she actually literally is petite, so she doesn't look like much of a quintessence player.
She's also a void mage. Like I said, she's a mage, so looks can be deceiving.
True, but I mean, you went to an academy, you probably, or at least a military academy. You probably played some quintessence in your day.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, she doesn't look like much of a player.
Oh, I'll just remark on that. It's like, Measure, your first prizes. I did not know you were a fan of quintessence.
I am not much for playing, but I have played quite a lot of it. I have heard that in the federal states, quintessence leagues have this system of cards for promotion. They will actually print photographs with the name and stats of the players on the back of them, and have taken to trading them out amongst the clubs.
Huh. Those federal states were always an odd bunch, but...
Yes, I am concerned about whether or not they will remain neutral. They are historically isolationist, but once again, the High Command has very direct, I should say, strategic goals for our campaigns. But the fatherland is also, much like here, surrounded on all sides. The disadvantages of a central position. Well, let's see. She... Actually, I don't know, we could roll opposed.
Oh, what's up?
To see how good you're doing, because I was going to joke that she takes another piece, but actually we could roll off, see how good your game is.
Alright.
Give me a tactics check.
Right. Boom! Nice, 27. That's 1 degree of success.
Okay, 1 degree. This is opposed. She has tactics at +10. What's her int right now? 43, so she's rolling for 53. Let's see, 32 out of 53. That's 2 degrees. Ooh. You play good, but she's just a little bit better.
Mm-hmm.
So she takes the central point to conclude the game and says, well, I believe we will probably be receiving new... I will be attending a small conference at the colony building, so I assume that we will receive new orders from High Command tomorrow. So keep everybody ready. I agree with your plans that we should be sufficient on our own. You never know, we may be overrun and be forced to retreat from this position. I would love to say that we, noble iron souls of Stahl, should fight to the last, but that's not a very good use of our talents in this case. As a metal mage, I am sure you understand, Magiferous, you understand the value of, certain metals. And some of the other natural gem resources we have here. But obviously, if we're overrun, there's not much point in trading them back. Anyway, we may have to retreat to hook up with forces in other aspects of the continent.
I'll give a nod and just remark. And so, let's just pray that day never comes. And I'll adjourn. Chair, you got real squeaky all of a sudden. What the fuck?
Chairs are squeaky. All right, so you have your nice little game, you have your talk. The major seems to generally agree with your ideas. Hang out with people. She probably would have said something about how she's sure that most, because I think the German colony here was originally started by missionaries. So
Was it?
I think so. At least originally, like the part that Germany said, that's where our territory starts, right here, was where some missionaries landed and like started dealing out names and stuff. So that seems fairly in tune with the setting to have, missionaries and explorers come out to be like, hey, BT Dubs, have you heard the good word of the prophet? And also, you're not trucking with any demons now, are you?
Actually, bring up like mail and post and mages. Do we have a mage courier, or are we like on their fucking like flight plan?
I mean, as a military unit, because they're technically like a civilian guild almost, you probably don't have a mage courier handy, but there's definitely one in town. You're a major colonial outpost with a major European power that has, a basis of mages. Yeah, there's some guys who will get your mail back to Stall.
Okay.
Honestly, because of the distance, they've probably rigged up teleport arrays. If you're willing to pay the premium, they can probably teleport your mail back.
Well, I'm just thinking because, like I said, there's some mail that I'm okay with the military ripping open and reading, and then there's some mail not so much.
No, you definitely have some mage couriers in town you could entrust it with, because there's an academy probably in this town or in other towns here. And you're like I said, you're a colonial force far away from your homeland. So yes, mages would be like, I need a guy. So they would consist, like I said, mostly of at this range teleporters or telepaths. Mm-hmm. But yes, they definitely have an array. They could arrange for you to perform a sending, for instance. Basically do a magic telegram, or like I said, if you have an actual physical package that needs to be delivered, they will probably literally have a guy hop in a circle and teleport to another circle back in Stall, who will then go out and deliver your mail. It will not be cheap, but
also, I don't need packages, but for Prophet's Day, as the major is probably going to do, I probably have some friends in some decent places and might be able to put some leanings. Actually, I should probably expand upon that on some background, because
I was just thinking, because I mentioned earlier, mages tend to have big families. I don't think we discussed if you guys have any immediate family.
Yeah, so I'll probably think about that. Hey, Marth, you should probably think about that too. Like, you came from like an isolate, like you should think about like actually like how your people kind of were.
I would think my entire village were sort of operates as like one big family.
Yeah,
even though they are like actual blood family, but
I mean, it's like you say isolate, and I kind of just think like maybe like something semi-nomadic, like big like community.
They don't like urban settings. They just like screw off with that stuff.
And I could say if they're a little too close. If they were mostly earth or like wood mages, that would definitely make sense to be like, no, listen, we're living off the land. We don't need to like get together. So and do I said all that stuff.
I'm probably not gonna like start hammering that stuff out now, but like hearing how like Major has like connections and like stuff, I'm like, I probably got some connections somewhere, maybe some political or officer connections. Because as I said, that's like one of those things and aspects that like I want to kind of play up, because like half of war is fought on the battlefield, but the other half is fought in fucking politics and connections and shit.
And the Major's been handling some of that for you because she's fucking... I mean, she literally has the famous quirk.
Yeah. So, but I guess I said, like, we got some fucking shiny-ass metal. We had to rub some elbows back at the Capitol. Yes. We should probably, like, be like... I don't think we have to, like, go full into, like, cloak and dagger, like, attend the fucking ball, but... like something mentioning in the background, it's like, oh yes, I'm communicating.
No, you're not quite so high alert and or so dug in that you need to worry about like that kind of shit yet. But
yeah,
if you become you become Fortress Alkebulan, you might have to.
Yeah. So like you need to start worrying about like that intel, them politics. A bit.
Alas, none of you are the intel career.
Yeah. But as I said, just because I'm not that career doesn't mean I can't, like, you can't,
No, true. Guess what? But I'm just saying that, like, it's unfortunate that neither of you has rolled or multi-classed into the guy whose job that is. Luckily, you have people for that, because you're an officer.
By the way, I forgot, can you take veteran multiple times? Or is it just a one-time thing?
I think it's just a one-time thing, and I'm not sure.
Okay.
I probably want to keep it that way, just so
No,
like,
that sounds.
you
that
can't
sounds fine
take
to me.
every career eventually.
Yeah,
I was just double checking on that.
I'm pretty sure it doesn't
like-
say that now.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it doesn't say that at all. It didn't say that
Yeah.
before. It doesn't say it now. It was just a one-time thing.
Yeah,
didn't
so I figure-
note down I really just note down anything that really says that. Usually the thing.
Let me see here. Veteran. Actually, see what it says. Soldier who serves for a length of time is considered a veteran. They learn many practical warfare and may even have pulled additional duty outside their normal training specialization. Veterans are experienced in warfare, more rounded as soldiers, and hopefully wiser for it. Jack of all trades, choose a starting career. You mainly get stat bonuses, train skills, and special ability. You may add a starting equipment to your default equipment. 500 experience.
Yeah, that's probably in the future version of this. That's probably getting doubled, but I haven't.
Yeah, no.
I haven't done that yet for the sake of keeping everything consistent while we're playing.
Right.
But, so okay, one time. Because otherwise, I totally do some. I'm paranoid. Give me that intel. Gimme. But...
Which also I think means you can't become a spy. I don't think you can become a spy master, which is another advanced career.
Let me check spy. Well, I don't think I could be a spy master. I'm too honorable for that shit.
Probably. There's.
I said I can.
Spy master,
Like I said, I have things like this. I have like things like deception and stuff because in order to defeat these things, I must understand these things.
Yeah, because they're good for opposed rolls and stuff.
Mm-hmm. But
even
if you're trained in
deception, you take a penalty for it anyway. Ugh. Also, sorry about that. I yawned a little bit.
But so that's I guess like Ulrich, do you have anything else you want to bring up? Because I said you okay. I don't know. Actually, honestly, for like not actually doing anything, that was a pretty full day. I like it. Gave some orders, wrote some letters, chatted with Ulrich about some ideas. I bought some stuff at the PX. Hung out at the officers clip. Got my ass whooped by the major. Let her know some of my private concerns. Share some stuff, and we're preparing for a holiday. So yeah, things are looking pretty good.
Well, then it's just jolly great old time for about 0800 after morning mess.
Mm-hmm.
Actually probably a little bit later because she was just at a meeting, but the major summons everybody.
Good
the
job.
entire command
Yay.
staff. Both squadrons.
Oh.
So, in force, all of your officers assemble, which, as we've already established, you consider, Ulrich, one of your senior NCOs, so he gets to come to the briefing.
Oh yeah, he does.
And this is like the full-blown briefing. This is, like, maybe not quite your whole, when you brief your entire squadron, but this is like all your senior officers and NCOs are in the room, like standing against the walls in a semicircle. And the actual platoon commanders and squadron commanders are like up at the table.
Wow.
So, the major's here and she says, "Ladies and gentlemen, good morning." At ease, everybody. Everybody, stops their salutes and stuff. Well, we have a complex task ahead of us. That's why I've assembled all of you. This will be a combined effort by all our forces. Both the Colony Command and High Command have been greatly pleased by our efforts to delay and damage the enemy's potential New Year's offensive. She gestures at, you and your units. Let's see. What was your actual number? The Provisional Flying Corps have done admirably over the last couple days in disabling a major enemy offensive, significantly delaying that, or possibly exposing a weakness so the enemy will reconsider their strategy. However, our work is not yet done. The High Command is concerned because of their own strategic bombing efforts back in Europa, which are hopefully doing their work to deplete enemy infrastructure and potentially morale. But they are concerned about reprisals in our area, as we do not yet have the significance of air power here that we do in the north. Unfortunately, there are no facilities in Alkebulan to construct Zeppelins and use them as strategic bombers. I've heard some stories that they are considering that they may possibly be able to resupply us via airship, but that is not the time for that discussion. The fact of the matter is that the enemy does have air power. They have larger territory and larger resources, and we, as you may have heard, the Britannians have been experimenting with seaplane carriers, and thus they can deliver aircraft very easily across boats. And so the locals have gotten together with us and have concocted the following operation. This is Operation Silberdonner, which means Silver Thunder in German. So, Operation Silver Thunder. She pulls up a map. It's of what looks like a runway. And there are some buildings attached to it, so if you had to guess, you would say an airbase or an airport. It says, alright, these are our long-range strategic photographs of a enemy airbase, which is on the opposite end of the desert from us. Now, obviously, you know that planes are not as fast as well-trained mages and mobilities units, but they have a much higher operational ceiling most of the time, and do not necessarily have the same draw that we do using Ethereum cores. Power concerns can be quite expensive for a field full of mages, as opposed to sending a few bombers, which is High Command's concern. Intelligence has circulated through our local associates in the infantry and our strategic divisions that the enemy has built this airbase and manned it, and has stationed several bombers here, which were meant to originally support the New Year's offensive. Now that their offensive is disrupted, the question is whether or not these bombers will constitute the entirety of the offensive, or they will simply begin strategic attacks on our infrastructure, which, to speak plainly, we do not have a lot of in this colony. I'm sure many of you have observed, and she especially nods to the ground troops, that our road infrastructure and similar things such as telegraph lines and even and especially electricity are not very well maintained. Infantry have reported many problems performing routine border patrols and moving large volumes of forces and artillery around because of it. This unfortunately means that we and other mage units in this country remain the most mobile force, and also unfortunately, she says this by the way with a smile, so you know that she's joking, we are quite successful at our jobs. There's probably a hearty chuckle. There's probably a light hearty chuckle around the men because they have high morale. Mm-hmm. And they are not as paranoid as their commanding officer. Poor you. Yes, you're really good at your job. That means you've given your bosses unfortunate expectations of you. If you were a really shit unit, you'd probably be getting really shitty jobs.
I don't know. Any job where I have to go out and maybe get shot seems pretty shitty to me.
Accurate. Hey, it could be worse. You know, you could be doing your daemon hunting thing full year round. Or yeah, God knows what you do if you weren't in the middle of a war.
Anyway.
But anyway. Yeah, she moves on and basically, you know. Go ahead. Since you were going to react, I think.
Oh, sorry, what was that? I didn't hear you, Omega.
Sorry about that, I had a blow my nose for a second. I was just saying that if you wanted to say something to react right there, that was okay. If it didn't matter, it didn't matter.
No, it didn't matter. I will not particularly chuckle, though, as a person who has had to do many crazy-ass fucking things for these successes.
Mm-hmm. You remain stone-faced. Mm-hmm. There you go, playing up that elemental affinity. Mm-hmm. I am a balanced and stern individually. Alright, so she basically pulls up the image of the airbase and says, okay, this is the enemy airbase. Because of the nature of this target, it appears, based on our reconnaissance, that the opposing forces are starting to grow wise to our usual tactics. As such, they have heavily secured this base. It is almost impossible to enter on foot. As she points out, as you can see some slight discoloration around it, they have arranged a large minefield around it, over this vast area of flat terrain. By the way, this is basically in, like, I don't know, hard-packed desert or low grassland. Like, it's all open terrain. There's no cover. And there's a big fucking minefield in it. And so she says, additionally, we are aware that, because they know we have flying mages, they have attempted to reinforce their anti-air protection, no doubt especially after the bombing run that preceded our boat sabotage. And thus, there are several AA guns and flat cannons scattered around the airbase, guarding the runways and the hangars. They will also probably have watchtowers with light machine guns as well.
Mm-hmm.
However, there is, she points out, this very sizable runway, large enough for cargo and large bombers to take off from and land, providing us perfect access lanes for which we can approach from the air. Of course, that also means they have plenty of open airspace to shoot at us. Unfortunately, there are a great many concerns with this target. The operation is simple. All units shall be given light duty until the 26th, which is traditionally Boxing Day. We would not be so honorless and rude to attack on a national holiday. However, our opposition forces in the Commonwealth typically take the day after the holiday as well for some personal reflections, and thus we believe that the enemy will be in low readiness. They will have not yet properly ramped up to begin their New Year's offensive. They are continuing their use of camouflage tarping. All of their planes are either covered over, as she points out, kind of like discolored spots on the map, which could be... It could be a very large rock, or it could be a plane under a desert-colored tarp.
Mm-hmm.
And then... Or they are in hangars, which are obviously not open to the sky. Thus, we do not have an accurate count of how many vehicles they may have there, though we do have a maximum guess. But that is not a major concern. This will simply be a raid. There will be an enemy mage unit there, based on our intelligence, and there will be several of these heavy bombers here. I will now elucidate to you our battle plan, and accept comments. And so basically she outlines the plan. I'm going to stop talking in character for a second. So this is a raid. Your primary objective is to assault the airbase and damage or destroy all the planes. You know, just hit and run, smash and go. Her battle plan is as such. The 9th Dragoon Squadron, who are the ground units, will assault on foot, or on mobility unit anyway. They have access to artillery and long-range weapons, and demolition specialists, so basically, they're going to roll up to the outskirts of the minefield, and they are going to begin shelling the enemy compound and attempting to defuse the minefield as a distraction.
Mm-hmm.
This will, of course, because most of the enemy protection is based in the air or this minefield, draw out the enemy mage unit to come back in. And then the major, along with her personal honor guard, will basically sideline those guys and keep them busy. She will fight the mage forces. That's when you guys, the 1st Provisional Flying Corps, will actually conduct the raid. While the enemy is distracted and looking at the other portion, you will assault from the sky, come in, and basically do however it is you want to do, you know, bomb the shit out of the hangars. You know, if you guys want to fly into the hangars and, like, damage the planes, you want to use magic to, like, blow up their fuel tanks, whatever you want to, however you want to take out the target, you're just going to do a big fucking attack pass, as much damage on target, and you're going to fly the fuck out before anybody can get turned around.
Okay.
Your secondary objective is to support, so you will be acting in support of the ground units, basically like, hey, don't, try not to let your commanding officer or your allied units die.
Mm-hmm.
And also, because of reasons, High Command is very interested in certain performances, so you will be issued special equipment for this. What did I want you guys to test? Let me look at some stuff. Okay. Because I'm pretty sure there's no earthly way I could convince you guys to actually take chemical weapons into the field.
Take what?
They're going to be issuing you special ammunition for this, and you're to test its effectiveness. Everybody will be equipped with 1 reload of Ethereum ammunition.
Oh, Jesus.
Hey, you got a strategic mission. They like you a little bit. So you have 1 reload of Ethereum rounds, and you are to use those for your maximum effectiveness and report on the results.
Ooh, I got fire. I got blast. That could be amazing.
So yeah, everybody's gonna have like a mag full of these special Ethereum rounds, which are harder, faster, and more accurate, but are really hard to produce because they're ether infused. I thought about giving you guys bomb wrecks with gas bombs or fire bombs, but I decided, nah, that's not really your style anyway. Plus, everything's indoors. That doesn't really work.
No.
So that's your basic plan. So this is going to be on the 26th. It's going to be on Boxing Day. You've got the aforementioned open anti-air runway minefield. The enemy targets are camouflaged, so you might have to get up close and personal to see the targets. These are high value. They have a high strategic value, so the enemy will be fighting for them hard, but they will be on low alert at this moment, and you know there's going to be a mage unit stationed there, but hopefully your allies will take care of this. But if your allies stop taking care of it, you probably need to go bail out your allies, and there's an equipment test. So the timing for this will be at dusk. So I don't know. It's high summer. It's the middle of the summer for this hemisphere. So probably 7 or 8 o'clock. I don't feel like it's getting late. I don't feel like doing the military numbers conversion.
Mm-hmm.
And predicted weather, it will be windy. And that's Operation Silver Thunder. She puts it to the room. Are there any questions or suggestions about the operation?
As I said, since, I'll just raise my hand and be like, since this is a particular test of, to put it calm at least, dash and smash, we're not concerning ourselves about recovering any, any sort of, recovery?
No, unfortunately, our infrastructure would not be equipped if you, say, stole some planes, so that is out. The primary effort here is to basically strike fast and cut off their ability to use the base as a strategic asset. Destroy the planes, destroy their ammunition, destroy their fuel, whatever it takes that we do not need to worry about a bombing campaign in the near future. The idea is that this will be the second phase of blunting the enemy's planned defensive, and hopefully they will have to invest further resources down here and take longer before they can make a strategic counterattack. During which time, hopefully we can continue to build up supplies and manpower ourselves.
Okay. Well, then it seems pretty straightforward.
Oh, it's very straight. It's a runway.
Maybe we're going to put a whole bunch of holes in.
Well, we are flying mages and friends. She, nods politely to the ground team. Neither of us have much use for roads.
Alright.
Actually, no. Would Captain Brand joke about that sort of thing? I don't know. She's supposed to be kind of courageous. No. The Hoptman would probably come in and say, everybody's favorite eye patch comes in and says, Captain Schmidt, we could, take a few landmines as souvenirs if you like.
Don't tempt me. Like, honestly, having a long fucking minefield again, but I don't want to.
But it's also it's also kind of because you're in a crowded place, a political clusterfuck.
Yeah,
minefields are a big deal.
But
by the way, I think the appropriate gallows humor joke would be that you're hoping not to get some souvenirs yourself in the form of shrapnel.
Yeah. Have you people seen a mage get exploded by a landmine? I have.
Yep.
Woo.
It was real bad because I rolled crazy high on the damage, and it was a blast detonation. He got chunky salsa'd.
Yeah. Time for the 1,000-yard stare. PTSD.
Now, luckily, you have yet to see anybody blown apart by flak, but you know what goes into flak shells, and it sucks. For those who don't know, flak is basically the German round for kind of like the German word for kind of like a pop-off thing, to do anti-air. It's basically it's a small artillery shell or a very large bullet, which is filled with a timed fuse and ball bearings, basically. And you range out how far you want to get the enemy, and you shoot it in their general direction, and you explode lots of little ball bearings at them. Which, because planes at this point are mainly canvas and balsa wood, really not good. Mages are made of bones, which has the same tensile strength as balsa wood, and meat, which is probably about as strong as canvas. So you're about the same, to be honest. In case anybody has forgotten, the stats for a flat cannon.
Alright, but let's see
technically,
here. So...
because I added regular AA guns, which are a similar concept, but those are actually like tiny artillery pieces that are common on naval, would not be really great at shooting humans.
So if it's just a raid, there's gonna be no recovery. So getting in and getting out is gonna be the best. So we're probably not gonna need to maintain a ground presence at all.
No, and you're gonna have you're gonna have a whole squadron, like a whole 75 guys, whose whole point is to be boots on the ground, yelling and hollering.
Yeah, but I still don't like those AA turrets.
Negative.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you could try and collaborate with your allies on the ground and be like, hey, could you make sure to blow up the flak first? Because they're the artillery unit.
Yeah, but I'm pretty sure we might need a way to get. This might be a good reason for smoke.
True. And
we
I
can
think
start get in the air
because you got a squad full of recon guys. They have smoke grenades, or also is there a smoke bomb? Well, before I move elsewhere in my document, I would really like to quickly point out that a flat cannon is 1d10 plus 10, piercing 4, with a short range of 2 kilometers, which is anti-air, anti-material, auto-fire 4, blast 1, critical, crippling, linked 1.
Oh, God.
And has a magazine capacity of 200.
Yep.
Oh, God.
So that means they get a bonus to shoot at you in the air. They're crippling, and critical, so they do lots of special damage. They have blast, so they double that damage if they directly hit you. And you have to actually still dodge degrees so you don't get blown up. And auto-firing linked means they can hit you a lot of times.
I might just get my companion that sniper rifle, so maybe we can, before we go in, pick off the fucking gunners. Wait,
yes.
Actually.
Because at the moment, it is pointed out, technically the enemy is supposed to be at low alert at this time. However, part of the plan is to make them at high alert somewhere else. So you will hopefully have a moment to do some stuff. Now, what was I... Oh, I was going to look up ammo. Because you've used bomb racks before, so I know at least your NPCs have some bomb racks lying around. Let's check the additional ammo types. Is there a smoke bomb? There's definitely smoke mortar rounds. Yes, there are flares and smoke. So if you want to just smoke the place up, you've got some fun stuff you could ask for.
Honestly, that might be a thing. If we load up, it's some smoke bombs, say, red, that means, for one, it will hopefully cover the enemy from the anti-air, and 2, artillery know, hey, you should probably aim your shells in this general direction if you don't want the guys in the air getting blown. That might be good. We got time for this. We got 2 weeks?
Yeah. Also, because this was in the questions page, the major says that until this offensive is completed, I am assigning the unit minimal duty. We'll run our patrols as normal, but there will be no extra duty or any extra training. And when they're not on your patrols, obviously you must keep disciplining your own units, but I advise you to let your men have basically a free pass off base.
Mm-hmm.
And I've authorized that everybody get their pay in advance. Cool. So everybody's getting their day pay up to the end of the month ahead of time.
Oh, yeah.
Which would be... Oh, I calculated this earlier. That's the sound of my calculator flopping around. Did I save this? No. So it's... There's 31 days in December, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
That's right. Well, actually, hold on. I was looking at what's the MU bomb rack. Okay, so that's blast 4, so that's 4 meters of smoke. Now, do remember, it's supposed to be windy. That'll cut down the time your smoke lasts.
Well, that's true, but hopefully...
But theoretically, for combat concerns, you're still looking at multiple rounds, because we upped that.
Yeah. Hopefully that's long enough for the artillery unit to get on target. There's nothing I can do about that, and I'm not going to have my guys try to drop multiple fucking bombs. It's one bomb, shell it, we keep going.
Maybe 2. Racks hold 6.
Oh, yeah. 2 for effect.
So let's see.
Actually, I wonder if that's how you can work it. Alright, so my first 2 rounds are going to be smoke, and the remaining 4 are going to be, just bomb.
Sure, you can do that. We'll say that. You can put the first, because it's a whole, basically the way the rack works is, I'm imagining it's almost like a chicken wire or something, set up where literally you like strap them to your legs and hook them to your like load lifting points, and there's like there's a little release slot, which basically you pull it up, it pulls, the thing out in front of one bomb, the bomb drops straight down. You pull it up further, the next bomb drops. So you can load them in any order.
Okay.
Okay, so, let's see. That means that, let's call it 20 days for the sake of it. So, Wolfgang, you get 200 MC in advance pay.
Oh yeah.
Because you get paid a couple hundred MC a month, basically. And, Ulrich, you get a nice, lovely 100 MC advance pay. And basically, the reason why she's doing this is like, hey, everybody, take some days off before the holiday, get your preparations done, do your round of gifts and gift giving, and, some of the celebrations and whatnot. We'll have a good meal. And also, you suspect that she may have, because I can retroactively add stuff because you said stuff. You also suspect she's giving your units light duty, so you can maybe do some of those extracurriculars you were talking about.
Mm-hmm.
Without overworking your unit because, she's kind of leading a giant combined arms offensive against a fortified target. So it'd be really shitty if your guys are tired or anything.
Mm-hmm.
So there's your pay. Let's see. We've been going for like 2.5 hours, and it is kind of late for me. So I wanted to do all the like shopping and feasting and stuff, but we can do that in another session.
Like honestly, like I feel like we're gearing up Prophet's Day to be actually like its own thing.
Well, yeah, that's kind of how I planned for this, but it got off track with you having a day off and all your other planning stuff, which I don't mind. Like I said.
Actually, I think it was like good roleplay and setup.
No, it was really good. I intended this to be pretty roleplay heavy. Just we ended up it being about different things than I expected.
Okay.
Yep.
So Ulrich, I'm telling you right now. Oh, Marth, we're gonna go hunt a fucking elephant.
Yeah.
Either that or a rhinoceros. I need something with ivory.
Yeah, I was. The one of the questions is because I'm assuming you're going to do it. We'll probably, like I said, do that for a whole session of its own. But like one of the questions I had in mind is like, okay, what are you guys going to kip out for the whole unit to get the major as a Prophet's Most present? It sounds to me like you're going to get some ivory.
Yeah. I'm gonna get an ivory. I'm gonna make it a fucking bracelet.
Sounds like I want you to roll dice for that. Do I have stats for an elephant? I bet I do. I'm a horrible monster.
Yeah. No, you do. I remember. I saw it in the fucking thing. But yeah. No, we're gonna go hunt an elephant. We're gonna take its ivory. We're gonna make a bracelet.
Tusks.
And we're
2d10 plus 5, pen 5.
Oh god.
Hey, they're very large. That's a plus 20 to hit them.
Yeah,
hey,
I know, but
you want? You got a shitload of money. How much do elephant guns cost again?
Oh god. Man, I really like the. As I said, the Major's like a little sister to me. So
gun costs 110.
Can I just borrow one from a local?
Probably.
Like
you have a lot of social skills. Do you have appeal trained?
Yeah.
I should probably borrow one.
To appeal. I do.
Let's see. I want to give you guys a little bit of XP so you can plan. You do a lot of stuff.
Yeah, well, it's probably not going to be that much, so...
Yeah, my question is, do I want to give 100 or 200?
I am always of the guy who leaves on getting more. And as I said, we didn't do much rolling and stuff. I do think we did some solid.
No, you did a lot of role playing, and you did actually work towards some goals.
Yeah.
So I'll call it 200. That feels better to me. I prefer to give more XP than less. I can always scale up.
But yeah, so we're gonna minimum as I said Ulrich, specifically for one of our hunting plans, we're gonna go hunt a fucking elephant. We also probably hunt some wildebeest and maybe buffalo, water buffalo.
Right.
Because as I said, that's a lot of meat. We're gonna need a lot of meat. And I said, and this time we're also gonna do some trading with some locals, see if we can get some extra foodstuffs, and invite people to our big Prophet Day mass, and also put out the word that we're doing this so people can be all like, oh, the stalls ain't that bad. Look, they're feeding everybody for this holiday. Fuck you, Commonwealth. I'm not great at propaganda, but, I do what I can.
Yep.
But as I said, so, honestly, I'm gonna use I know exactly, I'm gonna use 100 of that for fucking craft, because I'm gonna hand make this motherfucking bracelet. It's gonna be amazing. Because I'm also gonna turn it into a potent focus for the Major. I don't know if she has any or what her...
Well, she has a focus, but I don't think she has any particularly upgraded ones.
Yeah, so, I think an ivory bracelet as a potent focus would be amazing.
Mm-hmm.
It'd be stylish, effective, and right in her wheelhouse.
And also for next time, because we're wrapping up and I just handed an XP, you should I assume also that in general, that you should probably consider getting gifts for each other in character and also your companions, and your companions will get gifts for you.
Oh no, I'm totally considering things. I'm just like, gotta figure out something now. I'll think of something.
I have to. Yeah, we can probably talk off mic about what that is because I'd have to think on some of that stuff.
Yeah.
And don't it's a role playing thing, so don't necessarily expect like they're not gonna buy you that gun you always wanted. But more like it'll be something thoughtful and on point.
My exo will give me her hand in marriage. I'm like, no!
No, she's what? Wood normally is her elemental affinity?
Yeah.
Okay, she's probably not gonna get you anything she made herself then. She's gonna accidentally make your armor explode.
My thing is just the medic has craft.
No, I can think of some things that medic could do for Ulrich that would be like on point and be appropriate for him. It's just like I said, mostly it's Lucky's companion. I have to think about.
Oh,
what would she?
I know what I can make. I know what I can get Ulrich. That's like it's something standard, but still tasteful. I know what I'm gonna do. I was like,
actually, here's a good question. Especially considering that wood mages can be a little weird with hair and eye color. What does your companion look like again?
I don't think I actually wrote down a description for Raphael.
Yeah, I haven't done one for
those. Pretty normal.
He's pretty normal, just whatever a water mage looks like.
I'm not gonna look at that. Let's see here. Wood mage.
Probably blonde hair, blue eyes. Maybe dark hair. He could have like storm cloud gray hair.
Vibrant green or vibrant aether. Let's see, wood aether made from a vibrant green and floor, and hair and eyes, and brown earth skin. So who knows? I feel that not Hitler's gonna have a time promoting the Aryan mindset if aether will just completely fuck over your hair and eye color.
Correct. that really, like I said, that really doesn't work with anime genetics.
Yeah. I don't know. Not Hitler will probably just like promote some other fucking agenda of some sort. We'll think on that.
Let's not talk about Magic Hitler.
Yeah, Magic Hitler.
All right. Yeah. So what I was gonna say was, I assume the default would be that she would probably be brown hair, green eyes.
Yeah. Dark skin.
A nice, healthy, earthy tone. Yeah, I'm trying to think. I don't think we just this character. I don't think we described for you. Wolfgang is particularly pale or anything.
No, let's see here. Metal aspect. That up. What does it say?
Steely gray eyes.
Metal mages are determined with great inner will, but may be prone to depression and Solomon. That's all like, yes, I'm gonna do this thing, but Jesus fucking Christ, I'm not okay with it. Let's see here. Mages develop, eye or head? Do I have, like, shimmery here? Yeah, sure, why the fuck not? I'm a majestic noble. I am a majestic beast. Behold my glittering hair.
Oh, your hair is literally gold-colored.
Mm-hmm.
Well, with that out of the way, I actually have an idea. So, let's go ahead and wrap the recording. And move on, and we'll do the actual, you guys have, let's see, it's the 12th, so you got, like, over a fortnight. Or just under a fortnight? What's a fortnight's 2 weeks, right? Yes, just under a fortnight. You have 13 days, I guess. Because it's 25, and you're on 12, so. Or actually, wait, no, that was the next day, so it's technically the 13th, I guess? Yeah. Because it was the day after. Whatever, you have 12 days. 12 days.
Dun dun.
So we'll cover all that time period, and you guys can acquire your things, and if you're gonna hunt that elephant, you're definitely rolling some dice for that shit.
Yeah.
Because that could go poorly. So yeah, like I said, 200 XP. We'll go ahead and wrap up there.
Yeah, I already tell you, I'm buying craft because I'm realizing I want to make stuff, but because I can't escape it. I like making shit.
Alrighty, so let us go ahead and wrap the session and say the usual, like, comment, and subscribe, and all that stuff. If you like the video,
Yeah.
got that other stuff. Consider supporting us on Patreon, like it says at the front, so you can get access to episodes in audio format and just help us out. And we'll see you guys next time, sometime, whatever that is.
Soon, I hope.